Kia ora everyone, no mai hara mai, hello and welcome to the Pulman Arena, South Auckland. Great to have you with us. Some Sunday evening action in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Sal's NBL still to come later tonight. The Indian Panthers up against the property brokers Manawatu Jets. Justin Nelson with you, sitting right alongside me. One of the best in the business, one of the best all-time players here in New Zealand. A great privilege to be sitting here tonight for these two games with Lindsay Tate. Nice to see you.
Appreciate you, Justin. Thank you for having me. Beautiful introduction. It's really just a nice way of saying I'm getting old. But really looking forward to doing this game with you, man. It's going to be exciting.
Well, here's the standings at the moment in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. It's been a pretty busy day for basketball here in New Zealand. Already 2 games have been played this afternoon. Some back-to-back-to-back action.
Close one just finished.
Absolutely. Giants up on top in the Sky Broadband Rapid League at the moment. Panthers have split 1-1 at the moment. Jets still searching for their first victory of this Rapid League season. Let's have a look at the Jets starters, the way they will line up. I love the camouflage uniforms. Hope you can see them. Can you see them okay?
Yeah, yep, they're good. They're looking nice out there.
That joke's going to run out at some stage during the season. Thadapeasi's been a fantastic pickup from the Wellington Saints, going at 17 points a game in this competition. Totoko Wynyard, Hakaya Lambert, Xavier Pern, and Tanashi Madambanadzzo. That's the starting lineup for the Jets. Let's have a look at the Indian Panthers. Lumatia has come in, played on Friday night, back here again today. Marakatia has had a wonderful start to the season. I really like this young man. Paya, Kalamete and Tapuni, the starting 5 for the Indian Panthers. The all-important Chemist Warehouse head-to-head. This is how these two shape up. Morgan Maskell, by the way, coaching the Panthers. Points per game, not too dissimilar. Look at the rebounds per game, though, Lindsay.
Yeah, big deficit right there. Jets are going to need to get on the boards and get some early hits to keep this thing close in there. But they got a lot of size over there, so I think they're going to be all right.
Dante Marakatia and Tyson Thadapeasi, they're the 2 players to watch for the Panthers and the Jets.
I'm looking forward to seeing Dante again today. I think he's ready to take the next step up to the big stuff, playing after the Rapid League. So we'll see how he imposes himself on this game this evening.
There's the Panthers in the orange, the Jets in the camo. Sal's NBL still to come later tonight. Has been a massive day in basketball, especially in Auckland and south down to Pukekohe. How about the Hawks and the Bulls today? The Hawks, the young Hawks by 2 over the Bulls. And the Airs have just taken down the Tuatara by 23 points. Mikey Graham, Danielle Couge and Michaela Sharp are the Barter Card officials for this one. And we're not too far away from a start. You've seen a fair bit of the Rapid League now over the last, or certainly last season. It's been in the women's game for a couple of seasons here in New Zealand. Only played in New Zealand, nowhere else around the world. 4x4-minute quarters, only featuring the bench players who come off the pine in the main game. Gee, we're seeing a lot of young players exploding through this competition, aren't we?
Yes, Justin, and earlier we were speaking off air, especially in some of these smaller markets. They're doing a great job of using the Rapid League to bring their young talent through. And often it's the next year where we see those benefits.
So we're just about set for a start. We're underway, some Sunday evening hoops. Sky Broadband Rapid League first up. Sal's NBL to come later tonight from Pulman Arena here in South Auckland. Tinashe pulls up for the opening shot. Doesn't get much better than that to start.
No, and he's aggressive. Stephen went underneath that screen and the big fella just turned and he knocked it down.
Nice work by Tinashe. Feels like we've been watching him for years and years. 32 years of age now.
You got to give it up to him. He's a baller. He was still running around when my old self was running around, and he's been to a whole lot of teams, but he loves the game. So it's great to see him out there getting opportunity. Nice
offensive rebound and putback, Stephen Paea. And that's the opening points for the Panthers.
Yeah, Tongan descent, solid putback there from the young fella. Well done.
Paea coming into the lineup on Friday night and here again today. Some pressure now on Thadapeasi, who just shepherds the ball through.
That was Luke Kalamete there that got the deflection. I believe he's out of St. Paul's College.
Well, it's ended up coming off Thadapeasi last, so it's actually going to be a Panthers ball.
They got that one right. It did. It came off his foot.
Marakatia to bring it in. Lumatia
Both of those boys come out of Mount Albert Grammar.
Oh, Zach Tapuni from the wing. Nice three ball, and this is a really good start for the Panthers. Won their opening game of the Sky Broadband Rapid League, of course, against the Hawks. Tinashe against the tall timber. Unable to finish.
And he had sorry, Justin, to cut you off. He had the same read there, but he decided to drive it. But they're going under him, which is probably not something you want to do with his ability to shoot from the perimeter.
And Tapuni getting busy underneath. Miscommunication there for the Jets. And the Panthers go again. Hard to describe, isn't it, Lindsay? Just the obstacles and the hurdles that you have to overcome starting a franchise from day one. That's what the Panthers have had to do, and just slowly but surely, we're starting to see them get their feet under them.
Oh, you're dead right. I mean, I was part of the Breakers in their inaugural season, and, you know, there's a lot of lumps that you've got to take on the way to being a successful franchise, but you've got to start somewhere. So I commend these guys, this organization, for the way that they've been competing through some tough circumstances.
And they're going to get an opportunity to add two here. Lumatia with the finish, but terrific defense mid-court.
And we speak on that, but they're actually doing, they've got a good record in the Rapid League right now, so they're right there.
1-1. Jets still searching for their first victory. By the way, with the Hawks defeating, well, this is a nice drive to the basket, just unable to finish Calamete. With the Hawks beating the Bulls in the Cells NBL earlier today, Lindsay, we are 11 days into the season, and every team in the Cells NBL, all 12, have lost a game.
Yeah, I'm not sure the last time that happened that quickly. So that shows the kind of the parity in this league and how competitive it is early on already.
I'm not sure that it's ever happened, has it? 11 days in, 12 teams have all lost.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it's happened. Maybe Casey Frank will be able to let us know.
Paya fouled on the way through. I was saying before we came on air tonight, the amount of players that we're seeing come through this Rapid League who are sons of guns in the Cells NBL. Can we put it that way?
Absolutely. I mean, look out there right now. Hakaya Lambert, his dad Stacey played for a long time. We talk about Totoko Wynyard. His whānau is well known over here for their athletic prowess.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of them that are coming through right now, which is a beautiful thing to see.
No doubt we'll see it in the pro women's competition over the coming years and decades as well, Tauihi.
And there's a pretty big one that I left off the list there, a guy, Tony Webster and Corey Webster. Pretty well known around here.
Corey Webster, by the way, in the opening two games for the Manawatu Jets, one to keep an eye on tonight. He's playing so well, 31 points a game. He's playing 39.5 minutes per game, Corey.
Well, yeah, that's a lot. We're going to have to keep an eye on that load, but you're right. Just like fine wine, he's getting better with time.
Dominic Pearce drains the big three for the Jets. We're back to two, trying to respond at the other end.
That was a quick one. I don't know if that was the shot they would have been looking for there.
Stephen Paya has been all over it in this opening quarter. Wynyard, the big fella, getting down. I love to see that sort of stuff.
Great hustle, first to the floor.
Tapuni now off the glass. And Zach Tapuni is making his presence felt, the big fella.
He's a big body out there. He's definitely filled out since he's finished high school. So it's great to see him out here bumping around with Totoko.
Tinashe around the Wynyard screen. Pull up mid-range.
Nice little pull up there. Dante on the push here. Semi-trans.
And as you mentioned earlier, Lindsay, he's starting to earn some minutes as well in the Cells NBL. Dante Marikatia, that's a tough pass and a turnover.
And here, Justin, we got Vince Linden coming in, who is the son of Pookie Linden, or Pooks, who he won an NBL Finals MVP. So there's some more whakapapa, you know, some of the young ones coming through to this competition.
And looking around before the game, his whānau is here today as well.
Yeah, you could, I don't know if you could catch it, but there was a big cheer when he came out from them, which is great to hear.
10-6, dying seconds of this opening quarter. Sky Broadband Rapid League, Thada Ese, 17 points a game. That is a super tough shot. Nearly put it down. Heavy lifting underneath, and a good finish for Wynyard.
Oh, he made that look easy. You were right, I thought Tyson had the corner there on that look, but big fella on the O boards and put him in. No time on the clock here for these free throws by the looks.
Really good get for the Jets in the preseason, picking up Tyson Thada-Paese from the Saints. I thought he had a good season last year in the capital. The Jets have swooped.
Yeah, he did, and pretty talented crew down there. So you can see how he maybe wanted to go for a role where he might get a little bit more burn, and it seems to be working out for him early in the piece.
One down this evening, Sunday evening hoops in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Hope you're enjoying it. Every game, of course, live in season 2025 on Sky Sport. 10-8, Panthers with the early lead. Former star, Sal's NBL champ in the commentary box with us today. 7 times Sal's NBL champion, mind you, Lindsay Tate. How did you see that opening quarter?
Oh, it was an interesting quarter. It was pretty balanced. You know, Zach Tapuni had a great start getting out there, 5 points of their 10 with 2 rebounds. I mean, at the end there, you've seen the big fella, Totoko, as well, imposing himself. So pretty balanced right now.
What have you made of the opening 11 days as it is, or 12th day today of the Sal's NBL season? As you think about that, Lindsay, I'm going to think about this. The large pepperoni pizza, $29.99. That's this week's Sal's Super Special. You can click on that QR code, or you can also use that online code. That's available till next Tuesday. The large pepperoni, my personal favourite. What have you made of the opening week and a half of the season?
The thing I'm really enjoying about the league is how even it is across the board. There's been years where, you know, teams are going undefeated at times, or, you know, they're clearly front runners. I don't think that is the case this year. And in any competition where you have that kind of
I'll give you the tip. No one's going unbeaten this year because every team's already lost, as we spoke about before.
Which means that, you know, when we turn up to the building to watch, it's going to be competitive, which as a fan is all you want.
That unknown,
I just want to see a game.
Yep. I've always said, I think the absolute essence of being a sports fan is you always want to switch on the TV. Oh, that's a lovely basket, terrific turn by Lumatia. You either want to turn on the TV or walk into an arena or a stadium and just believe your team has a chance to win.
Absolutely, absolutely. Which is what the Panthers, under man, they've really been showing that the last couple of games, so you've got to commend them on that.
Here's Thada-Paese getting busy right and left. And how about the step?
Little Euro there, right foot, right hand finish, wide on the glass, high. Beautiful finish.
17 points a game so far in the Rapid League season for Thada-Paese. Right up the top of the charts. The spin, Tapuni. And he's becoming a bit of a problem for the Jets.
Yeah, that was easy for them. That's his 7th point right now. And he doesn't look like he's got out of 3rd gear, so they're going to have to do something with him. Totoko ready to check in. That might be the answer.
Margin at 4. And there's an offensive foul, so the Panthers get it back. If you're new to this innovative form of the game, 4x4 minute quarters, it goes super quick. And it just always feels, maybe by the fact of the clock ticking down quickly, but it just always seems up-tempo, doesn't it?
It does, and for me that makes it fun. You know, that's the best way to play the game, is fast and with pace. And for some of these young boys, what a great way to get warm for the real game or the big game that's coming up after this. Get a feel for the court, rims, all that.
Sloppy turnover for the Panthers, hands it back to the Jets. Let's see what they can do out of this.
Short clock here, he's got to go.
Wynyard, 1 on the clock, turns off the glass, does get a bit of the ring. Panthers come up quickly with it. Matakatia.
That was good D there by young Vince Linden. I'd like to see them, some of these, Dante and these boys, if they get a mismatch like that, to be aggressive when they got these small guards on them.
Couple of nice passes there for the Panthers, unrewarded though on the scoreboard. Margin still at 4. Turn to Tinashe.
It's similar to that first read, no dribble. They just got a little bit lazy and went underneath. And hey, if you let him line it up, he's shooting at a good clip.
Came over before tip-off and said g'day to both of us. It was nice to catch up with him.
Ryan there with the contested 2.
Oh, and they're going to get it back here, the Panthers. So Lumatia scores.
Oh.
And they go again.
Hit him with a little David Campese goose step.
Back-to-back baskets for Ryan Lumatia.
In the mid-range. The analytics guys are losing it right now.
So some nice baskets for the Panthers. Chance from the corner. Dominic Pearce, just 17 years of age, another young gun. Panthers again a chance. Long bomb from Paya and underneath Lendon. 1-2.
They're on their O boards right now, the Panthers.
Wynyard with the block. Jets up with it. Look at the run here.
Oh, he hit him with another Euro.
Thada Paese off the glass.
He said, I went right last time. I'm going to see what this left side looks like.
And that's good for young players watching on both sides of the body. I know you do a huge amount of coaching at the junior level, Lindsay, and one of the big things is learn to play both sides.
Absolutely. Just got back from a junior tournament that the FIBA National League team put on, which was really good to see the young talent running around. And at times we were wearing a hole in the right side of the court with our entries. So you're right, working on both sides and finding that balance is imperative for these youngsters.
Heading down to halftime here, Panthers by 3. Thada Paese at the Chemist Warehouse to do a little bit of shopping. First trip we've seen in this game, is it? Oh, I think the Panthers may have been there a few times. They're one of 2 from the Chemist Warehouse. Jets have been there for 1 shot.
And some really nice actions in this first 7-8 minutes of the game. These guys are really getting through stuff, and you can see that we're going to see similar actions in the game coming up, the NBL game after this.
Thada Paese splits. Good contest.
You see Ryan Lomatia here with the smaller guard, potentially looking to post up. Little ball handling error there from Luke.
Yeah, he won't be happy about that. They've had a couple of cheap turnovers this quarter. The Panthers still lead by 2. Reports from the Panthers hierarchy. Expect to see another 3 new faces in the Sal's NBL next week. Players flying in. Oh, turnover midcourt. Chance here. Jets. Tinashe. And all the way through. Maybe just an ankle there for Xavier Pern. Did score. He's running back down the floor, which is a good sign.
Yeah, hopefully he's all good. Blew a little tire there, but he knocked it in, so hopefully he's straight.
Both teams have their BNZ player timeout to use. Lumatia picks up the dribble, sends it to the corner. Malakatia can't finish, and that'll do us. So halftime here, all tied up. Really good contest between these two. The Jets searching for their first win of the Sky Broadband Rapid League season. Panthers are 1-1. And
Ryan Lomatia coming in with 9 points.
He's been good, hasn't he?
7 minutes, yeah, really solid. Tinashe hit down those threes, looking good. Like you said, he's been bouncing around for a long time, but it's great to see Coach Webster giving him an opportunity here as a backup guard.
There's confirmation of the scorers so far. Chemist Warehouse stats to halftime. Lendon busy on the boards. He's got 4.
That's really what's helping them keep them in the game right now. We'll keep it so even. They're obviously dominating the boards again, as you alluded to earlier, Justin.
As we continue to roll through the Chemist Warehouse stats to halftime. Got a feeling we're going to see Totoko Wynyard's name for blocks in most contests this season.
Blocks and rebounds, I would like to think so, yeah. He's a big athletic young man, absolutely.
And Luke Calamete, 4 steals in the opening half. That is quite impressive.
That is 4 steals. See Coach Tim McTamney here taking the reins for the Jets. He's a lifer. He's been down there. I believe he's coached the National League team several times, and now he's back down here working with the youth, which is great to see.
Morgan Maskell coaching the Indian Panthers in Rapid League. You can see Jonathan Goodman there, just over to the right.
Yeah, and Morgan bought in slightly late, but he said he's really been enjoying working with this young talent and getting back around the league, so great to see him involved.
Well, speaking of young talent, I mean, obviously we get to watch it in the Rapid League. It feels like day after day and night after night at the moment through Mad March. Of course, 26 games in 20 days. You spend a lot of time with the youth out there. Lindsay, you do a brilliant job, you and those around you. What are you seeing at the moment from young players, boys and girls, just the rise of the game? You're in amongst it. What are you seeing?
Our game has exploded. People keep talking about basketball, you know, being a growth sport or a growing sport, but to me, the game has exploded. Everywhere I look, kids are wearing the jerseys, they're wearing the shoes, they know all the players, they're watching They're watching it on TV and on TikTok and things of that nature.
It's a real culture, isn't it?
It is. The next thing now, I think, is us catering to that, you know, in regards to facilities, you know, getting coaches out here, referees, and developing and continue to grow the game. Rapid League is a perfect step in regards to that and giving these young guys extra bump, extra place to show their skills and learn. Whereas previous, they'd have to do all this at practice.
Lumatia, it's exciting, isn't it?
It is. The Tupu League as well, I think, has really helped, which goes on when this is in the off season, to blood some of these guys through and bring them through. Oh, great backdoor cut there.
Tarapaese. Big shot coming from Pierce, unable to finish.
He is. You could tell he must be a shooter because he is not hesitating, which is what you want from your shooters.
Looking to respond back the other way. Kalamete was on target. Tinashe loves a pull-up three. That one away to the right. Tapuni with another rebound. Both teams searching for their first points of this third quarter. Tapuni over the top of Wynyard.
Nowhere in 2025, Justin, when you see 4 or 5 threes in a row, none of them go in.
Been a bit of a talking point in the NBA this season as well, hasn't it?
It has, it has. Nice to see a paint touch there.
Oh, turnover.
Couple little turnovers hurting them right now.
Yeah, it is one of the things that is plaguing the Panthers at the moment. Jets are going to get it underneath the hoop.
Great job there by Totoko Wynyard. That won't show up on a stat sheet, but, you know, him being on the boards against 2 guys is the reason they've got an extra possession here. Oh, he wide open.
Tarapaese, catch and shoot. Oh, halfway down, unlucky.
Good look. Dante's been great on the boards with these breakout dribbles, putting pressure on the D. I'll take that. Go to the line and shoot a couple. Clock will stop.
Rewarded. Marakatia averaging 8.5 points a game in the Rapid League so far this season. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay.
And originally went to Massey, then came over, transferred over to Mags. And I think Dante is one who's got some real potential to play up in the NBL in the very near future. So hopefully this opportunity with the Panthers will help showcase his skill set.
Well, I just mentioned, Lindsay, that he's averaging 8.5 in Rapid League. He's averaging 10 points a game in the Cells NBL.
So you're telling me he's saving himself out here, huh?
He's taking his opportunities, no doubt about that. Exciting to see, isn't it?
It is a 16-minute game, so 8's pretty good.
And it'll be interesting as these international players, the Indians and a couple more imports come into this Panthers team. You would think that there's 11 other Cells NBL teams at the moment having a look at somebody like Dante Marakatia and thinking, oh, hang on a second. Maybe we've got a player that we can bring into our own program.
For sure, and not to throw another spanner in the works, but there's a whole lot of kids over in the States that are about to finish up school or are finishing up in the very near future who often come back here looking for a serious league to ply their trade for 2-3 months. And don't be surprised if you see some of those names popping up as well in these teams.
Yeah, I think you're right. Gee, scoring's dried up through this third quarter. Tarapaese converts a couple from the Chemist Warehouse. And Jets lead by 1, searching for their first win of the season in Rapid League. They have a massive fan base in Palmerston North. Turnover, midcourt, Pern up over to Puni, who's just come down with the body, and that'll send Xavier Pern to the stripe.
And Justin, about 2 weeks ago, that young brother there, Stephen Pyer, he came over to my house and he did all of my gardening and lawns.
Did he?
Yeah, and it was amazing. You know what I mean? Like, he was actually doing work. So it's pretty impressive to see how quickly these young men have been able to, you know, get their legs under them and come and play in a competition like this.
So you're saying you get your players to come over and do some chores?
No, I was kind of alluding to the fact that he was in the workforce not too long ago, and now he's out here competing, which is, you know, it's a beautiful thing.
I don't mind it, though.
Not at all. Local talent.
Yeah.
All local talent, for sure.
Luke
And
Calumet.
Stephen can play. He can play.
He's played an important role so far in this one today.
And most importantly, really lovely young man. Oh, that's a nice hesitation.
And rewarded for it as well. Dante Marakatia adds another 2.
That was nice. And the left-hand finish. Beautiful move by Dante.
Panthers back in front by 1. 90 seconds to play in this third quarter. Tinashe on the pull-up, unable to finish. And Matakatia again, quickly up the floor. He wants to push the pace here. Through traffic, and again he draws contact.
Yeah, and pretty effective. He's getting his hand on the ball down this end and taking a breakout dribble, and no one's stopping him, so he's just keeping on going. And why not? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Some news during the week would have pricked your ears up. New owners of the NZ Breakers coming in.
Yeah, really interesting. My ears pricked up when I heard how much it got sold for as well. Sounds like a lot of money.
Has that been confirmed?
I don't know if it's confirmed, but the streets are talking. It's a lot.
Everybody loves the word on the street. Yeah, I'm not sure what it was sold for, but there's a bit of a theory out there, a bit of a rumour. New owners coming in for next season. A miss. Tapuni, though, offensive rebound.
Coach killer.
Great step back. How's the footwork and just the patience there?
Really nice move. But, you know, coach killer Justin, you give up a rebound off a free throw. Not what you're looking for.
Panthers by 4. Thada Piese unable to finish.
Coach Morgan there jumping up. I don't think they were supposed to go underneath that. And they did, and he got a clean look. So, a learning for young Luke.
Early days of season 2025, Sal's NBL. Some of the players, maybe some of the Kiwis, Lindsay, that have stood out to you so far. Earlier today, I stopped by the stockyard and saw Jackson Ball in great form again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit biased, I think, because where I'm at right now to all of the youth. I love Jackson Ball, Hayden Jones, Carter Hopoi, Troy Plumtree. I'm really looking at the young gunners this year. And yeah, I mean, we spoke about it early. Jackson Ball broke my heart last year at the school space. But what a prodigy, man. I'm really pulling for him, and it's exciting not only to see what they're doing in this league, but obviously they're going to be going to the NCAA very soon as well.
Rams had a big win against the Sharks last night. Tama Isaac.
There's another one. Tama Isaac, man. What a great talent. Point guard. Real cool kid as well. Solid.
Another couple from the Chemist Warehouse. Dante Matakatia has his fingerprints all over this one in this third quarter. And the Panthers are out by 6.
Yeah, 2-position game here.
Low scoring quarter, 8-2 in favour of the Panthers. Pern on the drive.
And good to see he's all good with that ankle.
Shot clock at 7.
Ooh.
A little bit of a shimmy and a shake there for Thada Piese.
Oh, boards again from Totoko, getting him extra positions. That's big.
5 rebounds for Totoko Wynyard. As you said, a very athletic family. I'm sure Ty, if he's up at the moment, will be watching in. I hope he's well. Oh, Banks open on a Sunday night for Tinashe.
And that's how I used to do it too. Just don't even act like it wasn't supposed to be a bank. All good.
On the return, Lumatia. And that'll do us. So 3 quarters down in the Sky Broadband Rapid League tonight. Panthers lead by 3, 26-23.
One position game, like we spoke on. Just what we want as a fan. This is cool. Coming into these last 4 minutes.
I mentioned earlier, Lindsay, fans will be watching on from Palmerston North and through the Manawatu tonight. They're still waiting for their first home game of the season, not too far away. Make sure you get your tickets for that one, Jets fans, because they can certainly pack out the crowd there, can't they?
Oh, they've revamped this year as well, and please believe me, if I know, and I know them pretty well, Corey Webster and Tony Webster, they're going to come out and set it off right down in Palmerston North with young Dante, so make sure you show out for that one. It'll be fun.
Sky Broadband Fibre starter, $50 a month for the first 12 months. Head to skybroadband.co.nz. Check that out. It is a wonderful offer, $50 a month for the first 12 months. The best way to watch the Sky Broadband Rapid League is with the Sky Broadband Fibre starter. What will the two coaches be talking about through this quick break at 3/4 time?
I think for the for the Panthers, they're probably going to be taking care of those boards because Totoko's been hurting them there a lot. So that'll be the cleanup for them. I believe for Palmerston North right there, transition is hurting them. Dante's really hurt them with a couple of those pushes and getting to the line. So those will be the two focal points I'd be concentrating on in the break.
So Panthers with the opening possession of this last quarter. They lead by 3. Nothing in it. Sal's NBL coming your way, 6:30 p.m. local time here in New Zealand. It's been a big day of hoops. Pull up. 2, and the bank continues to stay open a little bit longer. Stephen Paya with the 2. Just what the Panthers wanted to start the last. Tata Paese. Scoring's been a bit tougher in this game. 3, that would have helped.
Dante on them boards again with that breakout push. He's done a great job with that so far this evening.
And pulls up for 3. Lendon, another rebound for the Panthers.
No boards. Really big factor in this game. That's a strong guard down there.
Lumatia.
Couple Island boys bumping. Good rebound.
And now the break is on. Tata Paese. He's fouled. That'll count.
Great finish.
Big play for the Jets. They got out and they ran.
Zach Tapuni will come back in here for a little bit of size to match up with Totoko by the looks of things.
GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. That is a good finish. Foul called on Ryan Lumutia. Tata Paese at the stripe.
Strong finish.
Misses that. 9 points in the game for Tyson Tata Paese. 3 minutes to play. Panthers searching for their second win in this competition. Tapuni. I think he might have taken a couple of extra steps there. Well picked up by the Barter card officials.
Yeah, took that initial bump and just shuffled the feet a little bit. This big boy he's trying to bump into.
Tinashe. Pern. Like the setup. Unable to finish.
Nice little pistols action there. Got a good look. Oh, he rejected that.
Off the glass.
Ooh.
Fantastic work. Tinashe Matabanadzzo adds another 2. And look at this, we're back to 1.
And you often think that to be a basketball player, you got to be big and tall, but you know, Tinashe is a prime example there of speed, understanding angles, heart, you know, things of that nature. You can play no matter how big you are.
Well, he's a Cells NBL championship winner as well, 2018 with the Sharks down south.
That's right, he was part of that team.
Played for the Sharks in 2018 and 2019 with the Huskies in 2020.
I was part of that group with the late Kevin Braswell, and he was around that group too. You're right.
Big 3. That is a big basket.
Steven. He came straight from mowing the lawns to lighting up rapidly, man. Beautiful 3.
I'll tell you what he enjoys doing more. It's not your lawns. Paya.
For sure. Great push by Stephen here.
Goes again. Somehow kept that in. Lumutia. Right place, right time.
And Panthers have got some strong guards out there, that's for sure.
Shot clock at 7.
Oh, nice move.
Tapuni.
Couldn't finish it. Got right where he wanted to, though. Right to the smile.
They're out by 4. Pern to Lambert. Tata PSE now.
Last minute 30 here.
Tinashe. Little up fake was good. Pulls up at the Chemist Warehouse. Back of the iron. Look at this.
Good look.
And Matakatia up quickly. Settles.
And Dante Smart just knows the clock's on their side right now. Not trying to force anything. Nice cut.
Tapuni. To Matakatia. So close.
Left it with the left.
Sensing,
good push.
Sensing the urgency of the Jets. Pern. That would have been handy. Battle on the boards. Tapuni again.
Big fella.
He has dominated the rebounds, hasn't he? That's number 9.
Yeah, 9 rebounds in this amount of time. That's impressive. That's really impressive.
Panthers basket here, Lindsay, makes it really interesting. Block in the end. Good hands coming in over the top, Pierce.
Way to stay there with Pierce. Okay.
Jets have got the numbers.
Okay.
Tinashe!
One possession game.
All of a sudden, we're back to one. BNZ player timeout alive for both teams.
Yeah, they're going to have one more chance at here, the Jets. They're going to have to get a stop. No threes if I'm them, no threes.
Gee, we've had an afternoon of basketball, haven't we? Been a lot of fun.
Oh, little late double.
Zach Tapuni doesn't get the friendly roll. And now the Jets with a chance to take the lead.
He takes that timeout. Smart.
There it is.
Talk it over.
BNZ player timeout. 11.3 left on the clock. Left in the game. And, of course, they will advance here as well.
They're going to advance it here? Okay.
Well, out of the BNZ player timeout, you always advance.
I got you.
Unless you take it underneath your own basket.
I got you.
In which case, it comes in from the baseline.
I got you.
Don't forget, of course, BNZ player timeout means your chance to win some tickets to the big game. Come along and see some Sal's NBL this season. Scan that QR code, fill in your details. And with thanks to BNZ, inspiring the next generation of players, you can come along with the ticket to the big game. Here we go.
Look at just playing out of a middle on ball here with Tyson.
Tarapeese surrounded by orange singlets, sends it back to Lambert.
Great look.
Can't finish.
Great look.
And that is rebound number 10 for Zach Tapuni. And straight away, he went to call the player timeout. But you know what? He didn't need to, Lindsay, because that's the clock, I think. We're just going to get confirmation here. In fact, there's 1 second left. 1 second left. So the BNZ player timeout called off the rebound will stand. And with that, the Panthers will bring it forward with a second to burn. There's that QR code again. BNZ ticket to the big game. Scan away and come and see some Sal's NBL this season. You just want to hold it here. Just don't turn it over.
Do not throw it back this way. I'm throwing everything to the ring. You actually could just throw it up into the air, to be honest with you.
As high as you want. Yep, you're right.
It's always easy to say these things when we're sitting on the sideline.
That'll do us, though. Good game, good contest. And the Panthers get their second win of the season.
I mean, there you go. You know, they're right in there. They're right in there. And Palmy, again, the Jets, they had a really good look there at the end to knock that thing down. That's all they can ask for, but well done to the Panthers here, thugging it out.
They get home by 1, and it sets the table for tonight's Sal's NBL game between the Panthers and the Jets. Quick look at the Chemist Warehouse stats.
Yeah, Tinashe with 14 in 16 minutes. That's pretty impressive right there. Well done. And then these other brothers with 9. Well done. Tapuni, as you said, big impact. Him and Wynyard on the boards this evening, 10 and 6.
There's the assists. Lumatia, Tinashe, Pern and Kelamete with 2 apiece. Blocks all the way the Jets. Have a look at the steals here. Luke Kelamete had those 4 steals in the first half.
Yeah, 4 steals in 8 minutes. It's great hands.
Really impressive stuff. And the Panthers get their second win of the Sky Broadband Rapid League season. Jets still looking for their opening victory. 31-30. And as I said, it sets the table for what's to come. Sal's NBL, Sunday evening hoops, not too far away. We'll see you back here at Pulman Arena soon for the Panthers and the Jets. Kia ora everyone, no mai hara mai, hello and welcome to the Pulman Arena in South Auckland, the home of the Indian Panthers. Sal's NBL Sunday night action. The Panthers going up against the Manawatu Jets. Hope you're well. It's been a busy day, lots of basketball, so much to talk about, so much to enjoy as we prepare for the Panthers and the Jets. Justin Nelson with you, sitting right alongside me. 7 times Sal's NBL champion, 9 times Sal's NBL All-Star 5, and a host of other awards. More than 100 games, of course, with the Tall Blacks. Great to have him with us. Lindsay Tate, good evening.
Appreciate you, Justin. Thank you for the introduction. Really looking forward to this one this evening. The revamped Jets coming in here against a brand new franchise, the Indian Panthers, who have been competitive. So it's going to be fun.
To be fair, mate, I can't read through all the awards because we've only got 2 hours on air. There's a few of them.
Oh, likewise. I don't want to go through your checklist either, sir.
There's the poll at the moment, mixandpick.com. Scan that QR code. It's fun and free. Have your say. We love to hear from you, and at the moment, a lot of people going with the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, probably the easy pick. But just like we've seen in Rapid League and just like we've seen in their 2 previous games, the Panthers are going to be competitive.
Panthers won the earlier Sky Broadband Rapid League game today, 31-30. Here's the Sal's NBL ladder as it stands at the moment. Now, there's a fascinating stat here, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Hawks took down the Bulls by 2 earlier today. What a game that was. Rams starting to get things together. They've got some big players to come in. Love the start of the season for the Phi. The Airs have taken down the Tuatara this afternoon. Jets 1-1 at the moment. Panthers searching for their first win. 3 teams without a win, but more importantly, we are 11 days into the season, Lindsay, and every team has lost a game.
Automatically shows the parity in the league, how even it is, how competitive it is across the board. And like you said, the Phi off to a great start this year, only in their 2nd year. And the Hawks, young guns, really creeping up. I believe they've got people to add, so it'll be interesting to see how this thing plays out.
Well, you mentioned the Phi there back in action on Tuesday night. Mad March, 26 games in 20 days. Tuatara searching for their first win of the season. They've played in the last 3 grand finals. Saints and Sharks Wednesday night in the capital, always a spicy matchup between those two. Nuggets got their first win of the season the other night. They take on the Jets. Panthers back at home on Friday against the Phi. There's so much basketball coming your way in the Sal's NBL. And
Tuatara, they've got a couple of guys that are involved in the ANBL finals right now that are really gonna, I think, change the look of that team. So we're gonna have to keep posted with them. I don't think they're really showing what they're about just yet. They've got 3 or 4 pieces to add.
Let's have a look at the Jet starters for this one. Gibson, Russo, Nance, Webster, Goins and Williams Jr. Interestingly, Corey Webster in the 2 games so far this season is averaging 39.5 minutes a game.
Yeah, really high usage there for Webb. You know, I know they're going to be looking to balance that out as the season goes on, but I'm not going to lie to you. When I seen that they had Corey, Dante on the same team and Tony standing on the sidelines, I got really excited this season for the new look Jets.
So too the fans, no doubt about that. Import Miles Gibson, the 26-year-old out of Virginia, already averaging 21 points a game in the Sal's NBL. Lindsay, you caught up with him a short time ago. Let's go and have a chat now with Miles Gibson.
Firstly, Miles, welcome to Aotearoa. You guys have got off to a solid start this year with a reboot with the Jets. How's it been for you being here in New Zealand all the way from Virginia?
It's been very welcoming. The organization's been very welcoming. The town, the city, everybody like it there. I like it there. And we got a new thing going on, new coach. So right now we're just playing solid and staying together.
First time up here for the team, up here to Tamaki, to Auckland. Looking forward to playing in the new franchise, the Panthers. What have you guys been focusing on this week?
We're just focused on staying together. We're trying to build wins every time. And the Panthers, they're a good squad. I mean, that new is always exciting playing the new team, but we've just been focusing on us right now.
Appreciate you, brother. Good luck this evening.
Righto, Lindsay, let's have a look at the Panthers starting lineup tonight. This is a team that is going to dramatically change over the next couple of weeks. Point guard Alex Robinson's had a wonderful start to the season, 24 points a game. So too Jalen Durand had 29 on Friday night. Sejin Matthew is one of the new Indians who has arrived in the last couple of days. In fact, got off a plane on Friday morning. Leon Henry's played a bit of basketball over the years. Great to see Leon out there. And Aaron Blesson, the 23-year-old, is here as well. In fact, you caught up with him a short time ago to have a chat with him ahead of tonight's game, Lindsay. Here is Aaron Blesson.
Kia ora, Aaron. Welcome to Aotearoa. How's it been since you touched down only 3 days? What's it been like arriving here on such short notice?
I mean, it's fun. I mean, I was excited to come here. I mean, I was excited to come on the first game, but I couldn't make it because of the visa problem. But yeah, after coming here, it's fun. I mean, just having the community is better here. I mean, it's good.
And even though it's been a difficult start for the franchise, you've been very competitive in the first 2 games. Manawatu tonight. What's kind of the focus for you heading into this game this evening?
I mean, we are focusing to win only, but our team, the full roster is not yet come, but we are still trying to get a win today. I mean, we'll try our best for the win, but yeah, that's what the coach says, like, just give your best. Just enjoy the basketball.
All the best for tonight, brother.
I'll tell you what, Lindsay, this Panthers team, as they start to find their feet, they're going to catch a team off guard very, very soon. Not sure if that's going to be tonight. They do have some changes coming up for their team over the next week or two. I believe some players on a plane, if not today, tomorrow. So look out for some new faces. Here's the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head. Some interesting stats across the board here. The turnover's a bit of a concern for me with the Panthers, and the Robinson-Webster show tonight is going to be a ripper.
It is, but what really jumps out to me there, Justin, is that, as you alluded to early, Coring playing such big minutes, 2.6% bench points from the Jets. They're not getting a huge amount of production there, so it'll be interesting to see how this thing plays out.
It's the lowest in the league, in fact. They have scored 193 points in their last 2 games, only 5 points coming off the Jets bench.
It'll be an interesting one to watch. These guards, Alex Robinson and Jalen Durant, have really impressed me in these first 2 games, so I'm interested to see them match up with, obviously, Webster and Dante Russo-Nance. They're 2 of my favorites.
So not too far away from a start here tonight in South Auckland. We were talking during the Sky Broadband Rapid League game, just all the work that's got to go on behind the scenes around a team, the clearances, the flights, the accommodation, all those sorts of things for a brand new franchise, let alone one that is literally, for so many players, picking up home and moving to another country for 6 months.
Oh, it's a lot. There really is a lot that goes into it behind the scenes, and you've got to commend all the people that are working in the dark right now to get this thing rolling. And I'm excited to see the Panthers get their legs under them and get some of their contracted players in and watch them really compete. But they will do that tonight. Please believe me.
Games earlier on today. There's our Barter Card officials, by the way, Ryan Jones, Mikey Graham and Danielle Cooge. Games earlier today, the Airs have taken down the Tuatara by 23 points. I know the Tuatara have got some pieces to come, but not often we see them go down by that margin. And earlier today, the Hawks, the young Hawks, who still have 3 starters to arrive. Mind you, the Bulls have got a couple of pieces as well. But the Hawks have taken down the Bulls at the Stockyard by 2.
Yeah, great game. That was a close one there. And again, Mr. Jackson Ball really showing out.
Yeah, he's a prodigy. We've talked about him. Wax lyrical over the first couple of weeks. Some of the young fans in the stands, great to see the Panthers starting to build.
Great to see. Beautiful facility out here. Beautiful facility. So great to see they're slowly building the space up.
Yeah, and the stand behind us here, although not full, lots of new faces. And I dare say, because of what the Panthers bring, this unique setup and opportunity, a lot of new fans sitting behind us as well, and that's important.
Absolutely, and culturally, Auckland is a melting pot, you know what I mean? So it's beautiful that we can all come together and celebrate and share this time in the game of basketball that we all love and enjoy.
Yeah, well said, Lindsay. I know you do a huge amount of work out in the community amongst all the children out there. So many boys and girls playing basketball.
They are. We are the sport of choice right now, I believe, in Aotearoa. So it's a beautiful thing to see. And as we kind of briefly alluded to in the Rapid League game, it's kind of our next step is being able to cater to the amount of kids that want to do this thing.
I don't know how you remember all of their names. You're a genius. Set for a start, Goins and Matthew, we're underway, and it is the Panthers with the opening tip and possession. Let's see what they can do through Robinson.
And I like that matchup, Dante and Robinson right there.
Aaron Blesson on the charge. He's got a strong set of shoulders, hasn't he?
He does. He's matched up with Kenny Goins out of Michigan State. Both of them look like they're solid.
On the drive, the fake. Was there a foul there? No whistle. had a second crack at it and gets it back.
Good hands by Dante there.
Nice opportunity and nice hustle through Aaron Blesson, the 23-year-old out of the Mumbai Titans.
Great to see Dante healthy and back out here again. I truly believe when he's got his legs under him and is playing at his best that he is one of the top guards in Aotearoa. I love his game. He's one of my favorites.
The other Indian who has arrived in recent days is Sejin Matthew, wearing the number 13. Leon Henry underneath takes some contact. He's off to the Chemist Warehouse. Just getting back to Sejin Matthew wearing the number 13. He stepped off a plane about midday on Friday. Tried to step out and play on Friday night. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay here of Leon Henry. And unfortunately, was feeling a little bit ill. So he's had a couple of days to settle in now. So we get a good chance to watch him in action tonight as Leon Henry gets the opening point of this game.
Yeah, it's tough to step off an international flight and play on the same day. Your ankles are still swollen and filled with water. So good on the young fella for trying to give it a go. But great to see him out here today. Hopefully a little bit fresher.
Leon Henry splitting a pair. There's Dante Russo-Nance with some speed up the floor.
Nice find to the corner there.
Gibson can't convert. Hand
board.
from Dante Russo-Nance was good. Look out. There he is, Mr. Webster.
Yeah, that's like a free throw for C. Webb right there. Light work. Jalen and Webb both out of Westlake originally.
Certainly a production line, that school.
It is. Just finished playing them over the weekend. Carl Neuer's their coach. Really nice program.
Robinson searching underneath, surrounded by Jets. Not going to get much love underneath the basket around that tall timber.
He's crafty there, Robinson, the lefty. Didn't get the call.
24 points a game, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3.5 steals, Robinson.
And as you were telling me earlier, Justin, looks really comfortable playing in that mid-range. Great finisher around the ring.
Speaking of mid-range, Dante Russo-Nance.
There it is. Dante, he's been a prodigy around here for a long time. He won the under-17s MVP when he was bottom age 15s, which means he's like playing 2 years up, so nothing surprises me with this kid.
Robinson for 2 at the other end for the Panthers.
Great cut.
And a reward underneath. Down it goes.
That was an athletic finish.
Did well. Eric Williams Jr., first basket for him tonight. Jets are out by 4.
Ooh.
Robinson gives up the shot to Durand. On the drive, slapped away by Kenny Goins.
A little bit of contact there, but great rim protection by Kenny Goins.
Nice size about Kenny Goins. It is a completely revamped Jets team this season. Durand calls up Leon Henry. Step back, deep 2. Not far away, Blesson again underneath. Problematic, Goins comes down with it. Pull up, Gibson rolled around in and out. Robinson quickly away for the Panthers.
Probably not the look they wanted there, the Jets.
Durand.
Great find.
Blesson just gave up the shot there. Back out to Durand. Oh,
Whoa.
The little one-handed runner from the short corner. How about that?
That was impressive, Jay. I don't think he touched the ball with his left hand.
Love your reaction as well, Lindsay. Back to 2. Gibson. Russo-Nance.
Could hear them yelling, stay down. They got lucky on that one.
I reckon Robinson may have got lucky as well.
Aye. Could have easily got a little whistle blowing there. Got away with it.
Hard to believe Dante Russo-Nance, 20 years old.
That's
he's
what
only
I was kind
20.
of alluding to. He's been running around doing it for so long. I think people think he's a lot older than he is. And having a few injuries the last little bit, it's beautiful to see him healthy and out here doing his thing.
17 games for Dante Russo-Nance in the Aussie NBL.
I can't wait to see him pull on the black jersey.
Robinson comes up short.
C-Webb on the boards, controlling the pace. Kenny Goins attacking.
Some good signs, both teams, both ends of the floor so far tonight, as they just feel each other out. Manawatu out there now for the Panthers as well.
Good push from Dante. We've seen a lot of that from him earlier on in the Rapid League. Just lost control of it on the handle.
Talk to us about Corey Webster, you've seen so much of his basketball over the years. Kenny Goins there for 3.
Oh, man, Corey's game, I do believe it is like wine. It's got better with time. You know, Corey was a straight-up sniper, a scorer. The evolution for him, I believe, is that he's learned to trust his teammates. I believe he led the league in assists last year. You wouldn't have said that about a young Corey. So I think that balance has actually made Corey more a tougher stop because he's willing to make the extra pass.
How much longer do you think he can go for? It's a tough question. He's 36, playing 39.5 minutes a game, averaging 31 points a game so far. It feels like he could go for another 10 years.
If Corey wanted to, he could easily play into his 40s. I think for guys like Corey, it's really where, you know, spiritually, mentally where they're at with this thing. But Corey could do this for as long as he wants, the way he looks after his body.
He's definitely a big piece for the property brokers Manawatu Jets in season 2025. And they haven't played their first home game of the season yet, the Jets. I'll let you know when that is coming up.
You'll want to pull up to that one if you're in Palmerston North.
I'll tell you in a moment their first home game.
Great find.
Gibson on the drive. Just lost his footing. Blesson with the rebound. Pass, Durand struggled to keep it in. Somehow found Blesson underneath Matakatia. That's a good setup for the Panthers.
Yeah. It wasn't your stock standard fast break, but it was effective, so they'll take it.
Back the other way, Russo Nance.
Oh, board.
Yeah, Gibson's been busy.
Very active. Oh, Kenny Goins. They're athletic out there, the Jets on them boards.
And Gibson goes again. In and out.
3 extra possessions in a row right there.
Eric Williams Jr. with the putback. I'm going to tell you about the Jets' first home game in a moment. Wait until I tell you who they're playing. They're out by 4.
Little pin down here for the lucky lefty.
Durand on the drive. Good hand in the end by Webster.
Well, nice kick ahead. Dante's in the corner here if he needs him.
Gibson draws contact. He'll head to the Chemist Warehouse for a little bit of shopping. One of the big positive initiatives this year in the Sal's NBL. Every made free throw from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Chemist Warehouse pop in a donation to Hoops in Parks and Hoops in Schools, working with Basketball New Zealand to build those facilities for all the boys and girls and the community out there. So well done, Chemist Warehouse. Fantastic initiative raising money for Hoops in Parks and Hoops in Schools. How about that?
That's big time for our game. You know, giving the rangatahi somewhere to play and develop their game where they don't have to pay money. So we appreciate you all.
I want to get back to the Jets. They are on the road a fair bit over the first few weeks. Their first home game is Sunday, April the 6th. Mark it down and grab your tickets, fill the stadium. They take on the Saints.
Okay, that'll be a great game. C-Web going up against the Saints. And they don't play to April 6th at home.
At home, yeah.
Can be a blessing, and it can be difficult as well. You know, if they have a solid record here coming into a home stretch, that could be great for the Jets.
First 5 games of the season for the Jets on the road. A lot of that will have to do with venue being available, Fly Palmy Arena. But that opening home game, Sunday, April 6th, I reckon it's going to be a sea of green.
I'm going to be watching it for sure. All great. Good look. Could see it there. Didn't quite execute it. Short clock here, 10 seconds to play with. Middle on ball.
Let's see what Webster can do. He's crafty. He's done this many, many times before.
He just put him to sleep, rocked him to sleep, and shot that thing. That's nothing for Webb right there.
And this is a nice start
That's
now.
easy for him. Lefty Alex Robinson. That's an easy layup.
Carves a path down the alley.
Just kind of trading punches here, like you said earlier, Justin.
Goins with the miss.
Good rebound. Great push.
He's got Durand running with him with the dime and a little knock there on the drive. Durand is off to the stripe. The 2 guards for the Panthers, Robinson and Durand, running the floor. Have a look at this, G.J. Gardner-Holmes replay.
Yeah, nice little behind the back there, and Jay playing through a little bit of contact. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. I really like what those 2 bring to this group, given that they've just been pulled together.
One of the things I like about Alex Robinson, Lindsay, is that 8 rebounds a game. He gets after it.
Big time. Anytime that you've got a point guard that can get you 8 rebounds, that's big time. 8 extra possessions. Ryan Lomatia has just checked into the game here.
And Jalen Duran, 23 points a game in the first couple for the Panthers. I reckon there's every chance he has worked himself into a contract for the season. I think the Panthers would be crazy to give him up.
Well, listen, Justin, me and Jalen have a really special relationship. About 2 years ago, I was sitting in a room with Jalen going through chemotherapy. And now to sit in this arena and watch this young man be healthy, you know, beautiful family, young brothers, partner, come out here and play the game we love and compete. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Some things are bigger than the game itself, aren't
Bigger
they?
than the game. And no lie, the game helped both of us navigate cancer. And again, to have Jalen out here playing at this clip, it's beautiful. And I believe he's a National League player and he should be contracted.
Yeah, wonderfully said, Lindsay. And he is showing everybody right now that he deserves a spot in the Sal's NBL. He's had a wonderful start to the season. Russo Nance converts the second. He says, thankfully. And the Jets lead by 6, early stages.
Big Zach Tapuni checking in here. He had 10 boards earlier, I believe, in a Rapid League game, which is very impressive in such a short time frame. He'll match up with Collins, who's a big body.
Yeah, Tapuni was good earlier in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Panthers getting that win, by the way, 31-30. Pull up, Robinson, that mid-range.
And he looks super comfortable in that mid-range right there. And he's a little bit older now, man, but Leon looks good. He's out there, he's talking, communicating, long.
I do love the fact that, well done underneath by Gibson. Really fought for that, didn't he? I do love the fact that Leon has officially said it's a game-by-game situation, but I reckon deep down he's enjoying being back out there.
Yeah, Leon's a baller, man. I mean, even without this National League stuff, he's always out running around at different runs and things of that nature, so I don't think it would have taken too much to twist his arm to get out here because he can still hoop.
Chemist Warehouse stat sheet at the moment, early stages. Panthers shooting at 50%, Jets at 42%. Panthers have had the 4 turnovers, which has been costly, just 2 turnovers to the Jets. Corey Webster is the game high scorer, 6 points for him so far. Gibson is pretty effective as well.
And only 7 minutes in, Justin, and the Jets have already got 6 offensive boards, which is massive. They're really going to need to clean that up. The Panthers headed into the second quarter.
Robinson.
It's Jay's shot right there.
Durand. Well picked out, Lindsay. He rarely misses those.
Oh, yeah. Little brother, that's his shot. This guy's a problem.
Webster back the other way. He's up to 8.
I don't think he got out of second gear on that one, Josh. He's just jogging. Hasn't broken a sweat yet.
I reckon you've just given him a new nickname as well. Corey, he's a problem, Webster. Robinson, mid-range, 2 from 2 from that spot.
They're going to need to do something with that because he looked like he'd make those all game. And I've heard them say it on the sideline a couple of times now for the Panthers stay down. They've bit a little bit on a couple of those shot fakes and it's got them in trouble with fouls or opening up driving lanes. So just back to the fundamentals, stay down on those shot fakes.
There's that mid-range game of Alex Robinson pulling up at the Chemist Warehouse.
Young Vince Linden checking into the game here, son of Pookie Linden.
There's a few sons running around the competition at the moment.
It sure is. Corey Webster, probably the most notable. And his dad, Tony, I grew up watching him at Pitt Street YMCA, famous for yelling too late after he'd put it in your mouth. But yeah, massive to the whakapapa here in the game. The Webster family obviously tie, and they've given a lot to the game and continue to. And we're lucky that we have players of that caliber coming back to play at home.
Oh, no doubt about that.
Into the mid-range again. Great find. Oh,
Linden,
good look.
in and out.
And them O boards again.
Durand, good hand from behind by Webster. Forced the turnover. Oh, just slipping there. It was Williams Jr. Did well to hold his feet.
Yeah, that was just a great save.
Robinson for 3. Not usually his game.
You had Jay on the other side of the court.
Look at him get after it though, Lindsay.
Great hustle. And there's those boards you were talking about, just sticking with it. I really like his game.
Reminds me a little bit of the great Lindsay Tate.
I wish. Oh, Collins with the finish there over to Pooney. That was nice.
Yeah, Dion Collins, the 28-year-old back in New Zealand now, out of Tauranga.
He's kind of bounced around a little bit.
Another good hand there from Webster, putting the pressure on Durand. You go back to the 2013 New Zealand Secondary School Nationals, and Jalen Durand started that competition.
Yes. MVP.
But the names that he was in that All-Star 5 with, that's a breakdown by the Jets defensively.
Missed the switch there, you're right.
Yeah, he was amongst some real stars. Hiram Harris.
Yep, Sam Timmons, I believe.
Yep.
He was a teammate of Jack Sultan. They remain good friends to this day. So, yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, Jalen was a star against stars as a junior.
Corey Webster with another couple of points. He's up to 10 now.
10, quiet 10. Like you said, he hasn't come out of the game yet. They don't rotate super deep right now, the Jets.
Tapuni over Collins.
Great tip by Linden.
And in it goes.
Great tip.
So just with some extra height out on the floor now, the Panthers. And it's working for them.
The Jets got a little bit of height over there on the bench with Totoko Wynyard, who we saw earlier in the Rapid League. Play a little bit more small ball.
Margin at 2. 3 ball goes down for Thada Paese.
And we seen that earlier in the Rapid League. He looked comfortable out there. Great hit, great hit.
Really good pickup for the Jets from the Saints.
And they're allowing Robinson to play into his left hand, which he's super comfortable with. Oh, ball.
There he is again. He's done that a couple of times, hasn't he, Robinson? And he is now up to 12 points. Dying seconds. And that'll do us. So good contest unfolding at Pulman Arena in South Auckland tonight. A lot to like about what we've seen so far. 3 points in at Jets 29, Panthers 26. No mai hoki mā, welcome back to Pulman Arena. Sunday evening hoops in the NZNBL. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you may be watching right around the world. Of course, all the coverage in New Zealand live on Sky Sport. The USA, hello and welcome to our friends in the United States through ESPN and everywhere else around the globe on FIBA YouTube, including our growing audience through India, no doubt, watching on the Indian Panthers at the moment. Quarter time, Jets lead by 3. Justin Nelson and Lindsay Tate with you. And I'll tell you, there's a couple of really good things that the Panthers have already brought to this competition, Lindsay, basketball being one of them, but a little bit of entertainment as well.
Absolutely. Being able to share cultures through a game like this it's special, you know, and bringing them into our competition. It's cool seeing all the different, you know, the music, the food, all of these things that we can learn about each other. It's cool.
Felt like a little bit of Bollywood going on during that
yeah, there you go.
That commercial break. Kenny Goins.
Good find.
And just unlucky in the end for Ryan Lumatia. Got deep under the basket, but gee, the setup was nice.
Yeah, I like that. He got into like he was going to pull up on that thing and just let it go. Great cut by Ryan, though. They're playing hard.
Foul on Williams Jr. And I know, speaking to the Panthers ownership and coaching staff, obviously Jonathan Goodman coaching at the moment, and Morgan Maskell has come in as assistant coach and coaching the Rapid League team. We know that they've got pieces to add. We've talked about it. But the one thing that they really wanted in these opening few games was just go out there and be competitive. Gee, they've done that.
They've proven that, you know. And no, I mean, even at the highest level, all you can really ask is that your guys compete. And they're doing that. And I believe when they add the pieces, their full roster, and they've obviously got some coaches on the sideline that know what they're doing, they'll be super competitive.
A couple of wins already in the Rapid League as well for the Panthers. Hello, Kenny Goins.
And he can shoot that thing, Robinson. I don't know if he read the scout. He just let him have that thing. But I watched their last game, and he can shoot.
Back-to-back baskets for Goins. Good start to this second quarter.
And there's Robinson coming down, getting to that left hand again.
And they're chasing him at the moment, aren't they?
They really are.
Getting up, trying to unload to Tapuni underneath.
You can
Webster.
see he's probably not a shooter, more of a driver.
Bang, down it goes, the double-handed flush
He's
for
athletic.
Williams Jr. You can mark that down to Corey Webster.
This is a little danger point here. 9 points for the Panthers. This is where they really need to get a good position.
And doubling Robinson on everything, who answers.
And that'll work. Just go get you a layup. A left-hand layup.
14 points for Alex Robinson. Pull up Russo Nance.
If I'm the Jets, I'm probably talking about like icing him to his right or forcing him right. He's too comfortable for me playing out of his strong hand right now.
Got some real handles, hasn't he?
He really does. He's got a nice grip. You could just tell by the way he pats the basketball. He's comfortable. Here's Webb just playing at his own pace, putting them to sleep.
He's mesmerising to watch, Corey Webster. Goins gives it up.
One more for Goins.
And down it goes, Miles Gibson.
And you love to see that with imports trust each other. You know, they like playing with each other.
Now, this is an interesting call. I don't mind this.
Player timeout?
Yeah, so
Okay.
what Alex Robinson has done here is he's called a BNZ player timeout a couple of minutes into this second quarter just to say, hey, we need to have a quick chat here. Now, what it also does is it gives you a chance at home to scan that QR code, because with thanks to BNZ, you can pick up a ticket to the big game, get along and see the Sal's NBL this season. Scan that QR code, fill out your details, your chance to win tickets with thanks to BNZ, inspiring the next generation of basketballers here in Aotearoa and doing a wonderful job as well. I don't mind that call.
I thought it was a great timeout. I mean, I'm trying to be a coach myself, and that was a perfect time to take it. You know, they went from 6-7 to 10. Perfect time to stop the bleeding, get a good paint touch, get to the free throw line.
Tapuni.
Without burning a full timeout.
Yeah, he's going to head off to the Chemist Warehouse stripe here.
Dante Matakate and Jalen Duran ready to check in.
It's another one of the new innovations in the game here in New Zealand. We've talked about Rapid League, but also the BNZ player timeout as well.
It's cool, Justin. Very forward thinking with some of the stuff that's been implemented. I wish that we had it when I was around. I would have loved to call timeouts.
And just tell the coach, hey, you stay there.
Yeah,
I've got this. I've got this.
We're going to run 1-4 flat for a little bit.
There you go. There you go. Tapuni misses the first. The second one is good.
Nice. Stop the bleeding a little bit there. So I would say that the timeout was a success, Justin. Play a timeout there.
Early use of it, but needed. Margin at 9. Here's Webster. Goins has been involved in everything so far this second quarter. Williams gets up.
Again. Williams is bouncy.
And puts it down. Good all-round play.
Great pass.
And Manakatia finishes at the other end, running the lanes.
That was nice. Really nice pass. Here's Webb playing out of these drags on balls off the wing with Goins, who can pop or roll, which makes him very versatile. Ooh.
Williams over Blesson. Good defense by Aaron Blesson then.
Might have thought he got fouled there and just threw it up.
Robinson.
Little one-on-one action here.
He won't mind this matchup
Not
either.
at all. Leon said go.
And he does. Left, right, spinning, looking.
Ooh.
Oh, great pass into the corner. Manakatia can't finish.
Here we got Webb again, just massaging the pace here. I like this. Just controlling the pace. Play at his own pace. And get you a layup.
Goins off the glass. Timeout for the Panthers. They want to have a chat.
And I think that's a good timeout there by coach for the Panthers. Stop the bleeding. Have a little corridor about what's going on.
GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Kenny Goins has been active in this second quarter. And that's just an easy feed. That's laying the table by Corey Webster.
It looks like they're playing out of a wing on ball with no corner fill, and that means that it's really important that the back man in the smile there, or the charge circle, that he's catching on those rolls, and they were late on that. So hopefully that's what the Panthers is talking about right here, how they defend some of these actions.
Well, guess what you and I are about to talk about?
Ooh, some of them pepperoni pizzas.
Cell Super Special for this week, available until next Tuesday. There's the QR code on screen, $29.99, the large pepperoni. And I've got to tell you, I don't know what your pizza eating habits are like, but I've seen Casey Frank devour one of those whole large pepperonis in one sitting.
I've done a lot of pizzas with Case, for sure. He can put it away.
He's the king, isn't he? He's the king.
He's American, man.
What are the Panthers going to be talking about here, Linz?
I'm thinking it's defense right now where they're getting hurt, and a lot of it is out of these wing on balls. So hopefully they've addressed that with their coverages. To be honest with you, the Jets could probably, if they did something with Robinson on these on balls, they could really stifle their offense as well.
So margin at 11. Few minutes gone in this second quarter. Let's see what the Panthers can come out with here. Jets have put the foot down. 14-6 run so far in this second term. Robinson.
Oh, nice pin down for Jay. Got called for the illegal screen though.
Yeah, and that's against Aaron Blesson on that screen.
You could see Webb took a pretty good hit there.
So offensive foul. Blesson just asking for some explanation. Mind you, he's asking Corey. I'm not sure that he's going to get anything out of Corey.
Yeah, I think Corey's having a little chat as well.
Welcome to New Zealand.
Yo, this is why we love the game, man. I love a little bit of banter.
Well, you would have played a lot of nations over the years, Lindsay. Corey has.
Absolutely.
As well.
Blessed too. Different styles.
Panthers are going to get it back here. Good hand from Robinson setting that up. Who are some of the countries you love playing against, Linz?
Australia, obviously, you know, a big rivalry, but man, you can't go wrong if you ever get to face up against them. Serbia was another one. I don't think I like playing against them, but man, they were unreal place to play, and super players.
Leon Henry, good defense.
Okay.
Winding back the clock. And the pass, Robinson to Leon.
Lee.
And another two for the Panthers.
Well done, Lee. Well done. And Leon's a legend out here, man. By way of Mags and Avondale College, the greatest school in New Zealand. Oh, the rugby league pass.
Nice work from Leon Henry. And Matakatia fouled out of all of that as well. I can see what Blesson was trying to do there. The dime from Leon was something special.
Put a little bit of backspin on that thing.
You mentioned your love of playing the Aussies over the years, international games. Of course, there's some international basketball coming up in May. The NZNBL will actually take a week off, and the Tall Blacks and the 2 Degrees Tall Ferns will be going up against the Opals and the Boomers, 2 games each in Australia, and they're playing here in New Zealand in Hamilton on May the 11th. Get online and check out where you can get tickets from.
Get your tickets. We need to get there, Justin, for those ones.
Kiwis up against the Aussies.
Yeah,
been a while.
Got to, yeah. On home soil, absolutely. That'll be fun.
May 11, Goins for 3. Oh, that looked great off the hand.
Yeah, they've missed a couple of coverages on him, and his shot looks good, so dodged a bullet.
Leon Henry.
Dante posting up Tinashe here. He's got the size mismatch. Tinashe did a great job of wearing him out, though. Well done. That's what you ask of your guards, to get up underneath them. Buy some time if you need to send a big over, but he didn't even need any help.
Speaking of Kiwis up against Aussies, here's a little known fact. I'm probably going to get slapped across the ear for mentioning this, by the way. I'm going to come back to that in a moment. I'm just going to move my chair a metre away from Lindsay Tate before I say this. Robinson for 3. Battle on the boards. Jets come up with it. I'm just putting the boxing gloves on. Here's Russo Nance. Gibson pulls up at the Chemist Warehouse.
Nice.
That's a sweet
Under
shot,
control.
isn't it?
Really nice. You know, he's seen that closeout was a little bit out of control. Took that one dribble, got on 2 feet, elevated out of a phone booth. He looked good.
Margin at 10. Leon Henry.
That's the only Lee that I used to run around with.
I reckon he had a bit of a grin on his face.
He can shoot that thing, Lee. He's got a strap. He can really shoot. So can this boy right here.
So pretty, isn't it?
And that's the evolution of Webb right there. Just that find.
Leon Henry's taken 3
call.
defensive rebounds in a row. Big 3 at the other end. And he's just starting to get things working right for the Panthers after this hot start in the second quarter by the Jets.
And he's won a lot in this league, so he knows what it takes. So the Panthers have got a good one there in regards to, you know, culture and being able to point these young boys in the right direction early on while they're building this franchise.
He's a 7-time Sal's NBL champion, Leon Henry, like yourself.
You can see they're trying to post Tinashe up here. That's something that they've gone at, the Panthers.
Durand, really good to grab it back off the glass. And tell you what, a few words here between Tinashe and
shove. I like that.
Jalen.
A little bit of spice. You know what I do like though, Justin? That they're trying to post up the smaller guards, which is kind of a lost art nowadays, you know? Guards posting up guards and things of that nature. So that's cool that they're trying to exploit that, the Panthers.
Well, Durand's going to go to the stripe here. There we go. A little bit of heat, a little bit of spice.
Hey, we spent a lot of time, them boys, playing against each other in the summer, so they've for sure got into a little bit of that before. That ain't nothing.
I'm going to risk my life here and just present that little known fact.
Hit me with it.
To our viewers, but we're actually born in Sydney.
Oh, man. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You got me there, sir. You did. I've been hiding that from the people.
One of New Zealand's finest.
Yeah,
of course, over 100 test games for the Tall Blacks.
I'll even get it to you. I was living in Bondi when my parents brought me back to West Auckland.
Wow.
So I've kind of been trying to figure out what that move was.
There you go.
I will say, though, Dean Vickerman got me in to the Melbourne Tigers organisation from an Australian passport I had before the Breakers existed. So, hey man, I'm Māori, Aotearoa, but I gotta give it up there. My connects there for sure.
Well, being a Melburnian myself, we don't talk to Sydney-siders, so. How's this? The Panthers are back to within 5, Lynn, so they have weathered the storm a little bit.
They have here since they burnt that timeout.
Mind you, one man who can change all of that is C. Webster.
Yeah, the no dribble, one jab, elevated. It's his game.
He's got 13. He's involved.
Oh, football, okay.
In a red-hot battle at the moment with Robinson. They've got a little bit of respect out there between them as well. I like to see that.
Yeah, you got to love that, you know. Little cheeky smile and dap hands, but you're competing hard.
I had a chat to Alex Robinson after their first game in Hawke's Bay. And I've got to say, he's a good dude. He's a really nice guy to have a chat to.
And that's beautiful, man. And to be honest with you, a lot of these guys are, you know, and it's cool that when you get to interact with them a little bit more and learn about them as people.
Durand late in the shot clock, unable to convert. Webster with the rebound. Here we go. Russo Nance on the run. Three minutes to play in this first half.
I'd love to see Dante get a little bit more aggressive offensively here.
Kenny Goins.
That was the right find, though.
He has got going, hasn't he, in this second quarter?
He has, and there's probably... He's knocked down a couple and he's missed a couple, but they've looked good, so he's going to keep letting that thing go.
He's up to 10 points. Leon Henry to Durand. Goins with the block, and here we go. They got numbers here, 3-on-1. Pern gives it up, and what a man to give it up to, Webster. Maybe he could have gone a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I think he felt his shadow, could smell him coming, so he just hesitated. I don't even know if that's in Webb's vocabulary, but it happened.
Lomatia with the drive.
Kind of died on that play there. Thought it might have been an illegal screen. Robinson's kind of laughing, but they played it through.
And a foul back the other way.
I like that foul by Ryan, like not giving up an easy one there. Good foul.
I'm going to ask you a tough question here, Lindsay. Your career is decorated in this competition, no doubt about that. I don't know how many games you played in the Sal's NBL, but it was a lot.
A lot, yeah. I played about 18 years, so there's a lot of games in there. 18, 19 years.
Talk to me about some of the differences in the competition today, the players, the style of the game, the coaching, some of the differences today compared to back in your day? Some of the things that stand out the most.
Oh, man, I mean, I love where the league is going. We can start all the way from the Rapid League, which kind of even happens before this game, and we alluded to it when we were watching that, but there was nothing like that going when I was running around, all the way through to, like, the balance in the league, the depth. There's a team from India in the league. Style-wise, I like the game is more free-flowing, but I guess it's like that around the globe.
Yep.
You know, I often, not to be that guy talking about myself, but I look at the way the game is played now and kind of how I used to play, and man, I would have loved to run around with this free-flowing style of play.
Lindsay Tate joining us on Sky Sport right throughout season 2025. One of the very, very best to have done it. Matakatia under some pressure. Shot clock counting down. Robinson from the corner, unable to convert. Webster comes up with it.
You had to put that one up. Late shot clock. Do not leave him.
Dangerous times for the Panthers right now. Under 2 to play.
Robinson on the boards again.
Oh, he's so gifted, isn't he, to the basket?
Layup. And that was with the right hand, too. He's nice. He gets that jump shot going. He could be a real problem.
He's up to 16 now.
Post game here on the smaller guard again, trying to take advantage of the Jets.
Mind you, Robinson got a hand on that.
Made him settle for a fadeaway. Here he is again in trans, where he's a problem.
He's energetic, isn't he?
Great find. Just a little bit off.
Now it's with Durand.
And go under him.
He pulls up. Another rebound for Webster.
Yeah. Really good at just sinking down to that dead spot. Cleaning up those loose rebounds.
That's his 5th. Leaning back on the 3. Corey Webster, if you don't mind.
This is a world-class scorer, Webb. Has been since he came out. Ever since I've known that boy, he's been able to do that. And like you said, Justin, he's looking over to Pops now, calling for a sub with 1 minute left in the half. That's probably going to be the thing to watch for the Jets this year. How much they've got to use Webb to get through these games and keep them competitive.
Deep 2, hasn't been off the floor yet. 3-point play from the Chemist Warehouse. And he drains that, so he's going to get a quick break here. Maybe he'll take the next minute and 9 off and add the halftime break as well. We've got a timeout here called by the Panthers.
Although don't be surprised with this timeout if he sneaks back out here for a minute.
Straight back out.
I'd want him out here to close the half, Justin.
I'm not sure if we've got a replay again of that last basket of Corey Webster, but for mere mortals like myself, have a look at this. This is a tough shot.
He's not even open. It is. You're right. For mere mortals, that's probably like, not the shot we're looking for, guys. But for Corey, you just shake your head and smile.
Just makes magic happen, doesn't he?
Tough shot maker. Tough shot maker.
15 points for him. And in fact, the Jets now have 4 starters in double digits. Gibson has 12, Webster 15, Goins and Williams Jr. 10 apiece. I mentioned the Jets don't get their first home game until Sunday, April the 6th. It's a revamped team. They got high hopes this season. There's Corey Webster on screen. If you're a Jets fan, and I know there's so many of you out there, make sure you get your tickets to that opening home game on April 6th, because the Saints are coming to town, and there would be no team better that the Jets and the Jets fans would love to beat in their home opener than the Saints.
Yeah, local derby, you know what I mean? The big bad Saints coming into town, and respectfully, you know, the Jets have struggled a little bit with their to be competitive the last little bit, and this year they're really right there around the mark. So, man, I'm excited to see them play against some of these top-tier teams.
Well, I'll tell you how exciting things are at Fly Palmy Arena at the moment. If the Jets win this game tonight, they're one more win than they had all of last season.
There you go. And like you said, it's so balanced already. Everyone's already lost the game.
Robinson, there's a heavy collision underneath. That's accidental, I think. Robinson had already landed. Russo Nance came down over the top. It is a foul on Robinson.
I think that was one of those awkward ones.
GJ Gardner-Holmes replay.
It's like you could kind of feel Dante on his back and flick them off a little bit, but that's a natural movement, I believe, when someone lands on you. Glad to see Dante's okay. Couple free throws.
First quarter tonight, Jets won at 29. to 26. This second quarter at the moment, 26 to 18. Again, the Panthers competitive. We've seen it in their opening 2 games as well.
Absolutely far from a blowout here. Still a ball game.
Jets lost their opening game of the season to the Hawks by 3. And then earlier this week, they travelled north and took down the Airs by 9. That was a wonderful victory.
I watched that game, and I thought Ponte was the difference at the end of that game. He made some huge shots to get them over the line. Obviously, Corey carried them for big parts, but to me, Dante was the difference watching that game late.
Duran with the miss.
And that's a tough one, Justin. You know, both teams in the bonus, a late ticky-tack one. At this point of the game, it's, what, 13? Trying to get it back to 9, 8, ideally, not push it out. So don't want to pick up any of these ticky-tack fouls at the end of the quarter.
Foul called on Zach Tapuni. And here's Dion Collins at the Chemist Warehouse. Puts the first one down, and that means he helps raise a little bit more money with thanks to Chemist Warehouse for hoops in parks and hoops in schools.
Thank you, Dion. Be interesting to see if the Panthers go 2 for 1 here. 38 seconds on the clock.
Got to get a move on right now. Paya, he was good in the Rapid League. And again, with that speed, just creating some problems.
Hey, and why not? You see one guy in front of you. We're in the bonus. We're down. Put his head down, and he's going to get to the line for 2. Kind of perfect. Clock stops. Couple free throws.
You've seen a little bit of Stephen Paya's game over the years. Lindsay, tell us a little bit about him.
Yeah, I have. I mean, Stephen, again, first and foremost, is a great kid. Really hard worker. Kind of a guard wing. Lefty. Pretty good penetrator. Solid shooter.
On display.
Ooh,
right
maybe
there.
look good there, Stephen. Thank you, sir. Knocking in them free throws.
Well, for the rest of us, we're used to the commentator's curse. You might be the difference maker. Second one. Oh, there we go.
Got a lot of whānau in the crowd here too, these boys, which is cool to see. Getting a chance to play on the big stage.
Dante Russo-Nance. Dying seconds. Step back. Deep 2.
Ooh, that's nice. Little sidestep. Knock him down.
Chance now for the Panthers to get something late. 5 seconds to play. All the way to the basket. There he is again.
He's going to get to the line here to finish the quarter. 1.7 on the clock. Great take. He's continually getting to that left hand. I know that's going to be something that Tony's going to talk to them about at the half.
Well, the Jets do have their BNZ player timeout, so I think you can expect them to use it here, advance and get the last shot.
They'll for sure do that.
Of the half. Robinson. First one down. He's got 17 now.
And he's got a nice stroke, Justin. He's got a really nice stroke for a lefty, so if he gets that three-pointer going, he could be a real problem moving forward.
So look for the Jets to call the BNZ player timeout. Got to be the player with the ball. And Dion Collins does exactly that. So nailing both from the Chemist Warehouse is Alex Robinson, and now the Jets call their BNZ player timeout. Your chance to scan that QR code, fill in your details, your chance to win tickets to the Sal's NBL this season. School groups, community groups, love to hear from you. The BNZ ticket to the big game, inspiring the next generation of players. What do the Jets do out of this, Linz?
Out sub Corey Webster back in.
Oh, hello.
No, looks like they're like going to run a little stagger down here. No, Tyson straight off with the catch and shoot 3.
And from the INBL Pro decal, he nearly puts that down. So that'll do us to the half. Jets lead by 13, got the better of it in that second quarter, 31 to 21. Corey Webster, the star of the show, with 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. He's got his fingerprints all over this one so far tonight. And Lindsay's got him.
See, Webb, awesome first half, brother. Look like you've hardly broke a sweat. How do you do it to him, man?
I mean, we're going all right as a team, man. Our defense isn't great, though. We've let them score too many points. as you can see, we put points on the board easy. But me, I'm just trying to stay healthy, man, keep my body healthy, get through the season and try and help get wins.
You look great out there, bro. Playing with little bro Dante and obviously your pops. What's that been like this season?
That's great, man. There's nothing better than playing with family. That's kind of why I'm running it back again this season. Trying to teach Dante as much as I can, so help him in his career. And then me and Dad trying to get one last championship before I retire, maybe. So it's great.
I don't want you to retire. Thank you for everything that you all have done for us in our game, the Websters, man, our whakapapa. We appreciate you, man.
Looking for win number 2 of the season. The property brokers Manawatu Jets leading the Indian Panthers at the half by 13. When we come back, the Chemist Warehouse stats. Don't go away. Welcome back. Sunday evening hoops in the Sal's NBL. Hope you're enjoying it. Jets lead this one by 13 at the half. The cameras are out at half time. It's got nothing to do with the Jets or the Panthers, by the way. It's all about the kids running up and down the floor and having some fun. Hope you're well. Justin Nelson and Lindsay Tate with you. Lindsay, let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats to half time. And really, right now, a lot to like about Alex Robinson and Corey Webster.
Yeah, Robinson's having a half. 18, 6 and 6 right now, and Webb obviously with the 15 points. Real balanced scoring across the board for Palmerston North, 4 in double digits.
Let's have a look at the rebounds. Leon Henry getting amongst it.
Yeah, the young fella was 6, and Gibson's an athlete. Him and Goins have been on them boards heavy with 7 and 6 respectively.
Gee, Corey would be happy with 5 boards as well. And how about Robinson? 6 assists, no turnovers.
6 assists, no turnovers. He's also got a couple blocks and a steal in there, so he's been all over it right now.
He's a worker. Kenny Goins came to life in that second quarter. A lot to like about the versatility of the Jets' big man import. And Corey Webster with a couple of steals. Chemist Warehouse, of course, the official stats partner of the Salsa NBL. Very quickly, Lindsay, what will the Panthers be talking about at halftime, down by 13?
I think right now they're going to be talking about controlling the tempo, and obviously Webb's going to be a focal point with that. If I'm them, Palmy's they're only rotating like 5-6 guys. You know what I mean? So we're trying to play with a little bit of pace and take away the things that are hurting us right now, which is really Corey and the offensive boards.
So halftime here at Pulman Arena. It's been a big day of basketball in the Salsa NBL. Ayers taking down the Tuatara, and then earlier today, what a win it was for the Hawks over the Bulls at the Stockyard. Jets out by 13 with half to play. We'll be back with the third quarter after the break. Nomai Hockeymeyer, welcome back to Pullman Park. Great to have you with us. Jets lead by 13. Second half not too far away. The Indian Panthers just starting to settle into their new home, both here at Pullman Park, but also in New Zealand. It is a massive undertaking, and we look forward to seeing them evolve over the coming weeks and months. Justin Nelson with you this evening, sitting right alongside one of the very best to ever take the court in New Zealand and around the world, Lindsay Tate. Of course, I started tonight's proceedings by starting to read out all of the awards and accolades, and there's plenty of them, Linz, and I should also mention 3-time league MVP in this competition. Dare I ask, which was your best year? Which you look back now, you've had seven championships, 9 All-Star fives, 3 finals MVPs, 3 league MVPs, 3 times assist leaders. Which was the season that you look back on and you go, yeah, that was the year where everything came together for me? Is there one that stands out?
Again, like all of these little accolades and titles are just really a way of saying that I'm getting really old. But I think the year we played Waikato, maybe like 2011 maybe, and they were loaded. They had like Abercrombie, Ronaldson, Pero.
Yeah.
Like they had like damn near an ANBL team, and so did we.
Yeah.
Those are probably my favorite memories, just in regards to like the caliber of talent. We had Eric Devendorf, and we had some real high-level international guys, and they were fun games to play in. So a lot of fond memories of those. Had Shane Hammer-Heel was working with us as well, so some really high-end coaches that have come through the league. Also probably it's crazy, but one of my biggest memories from the New Zealand NBL is when I was about 16 and Tony Bennett came out here and coached North Harbour at the time, and took me under his wing as a young 16-year-old, and that kind of changed my trajectory. And that's all from the New Zealand NBL. And it kind of got him jump-started into his coaching career, which was pretty successful.
We're watching the emergence of players like Jackson Ball, Tama Isaac, Troy Plumtree,
Carter Hopoi.
Carter Hopoi. Love the way that he goes about his basketball as well. We're seeing the emergence of these players. What's the one bit of advice that you would give to the 16, 17, 18-year-olds who are just starting to take this competition by storm, but no doubt they've got the world at their feet going forward?
The advice I would give them, to remember that basketball is a global sport. You know, sometimes we can get caught in thinking that we're something that we're not, and it's kind of a bit of a shock when you get out of New Zealand. And I'm a big believer that, you know, the whole start of this thing is built on if you love this or not, you know, and then if you're willing to work at it. Because then, I mean, if I love something and I'm going to be working at it all the time, it's not really work. So that might sound corny, but to me, that's pretty much the main thing, that love of the game that Michael Jordan used to talk about. If you got that, it's going to go a long way in helping you navigate the tough times. And in basketball, they're coming. Please believe it's not all glitter and gold.
You're loving being a commentator.
I love it, man. Talk to me. These dudes that step out of commentary for coaching are crazy.
What is going on? A big part of our team in season 2025, Lindsay Tate, joining us tonight. Second half is underway. Panthers with the opening possession. Robinson just couldn't get the roll. Look at Aaron Blesson underneath.
Count it.
I think they're going to wave it away. Foul is on
waved
Kenny
it away.
Goins, is it?
Another O board there. That's his fourth.
Eric Williams, in fact, has been picked up for the foul. There it is.
That's his fourth, I believe, Justin.
It is his fourth. Well picked up. Corey Webster not happy with the decision.
I don't know if Tony knows that, because they look like they're leaving him out here.
Robinson, Henry. Great setup for the Panthers. Are they rewarded? No,
Nice,
Durant
Leon.
can't finish
Another
it.
O board for the Panthers.
Sends it back to Robinson. He fires away. The Jets raffling it in the end. And now they get their first opportunity of the second half. Kenny Goins. Little mid-range. Battle on the boards. Blesson comes down with it.
They on them boards, Williams. He's in there crashing hard.
Now, we haven't seen Sejin Matthew since early on in the game. He's back out there now. He was ill on Friday night, so maybe still struggling with some illness. Good to see he's back on the court, though. Leon Henry making a contest of it. There is Matthew
Great
with the
challenge
rebound.
by Lee. No call there. Good find. Oh,
Blesson with the hesitation and the reverse.
nice finish there.
One of the Indian contingent who has landed in the country in the last few days.
Cutting it to 11 here. Start of the third.
Foul called.
Little reach in. Did they get there, Robinson?
There's the finish of Blesson at the other end for the Panthers.
Nice little shot fake. Inside hand reverse finish. off 2 feet. We're always talking to the youngsters about getting to 2 feet.
I think the Jets coaching staff, by the way, Lindsay, have now picked up that Eric Williams Jr. has 4 fouls.
You can see me giving them the eyebrows over there. Okay.
Webster, turnaround, adds another 2. He's up to 17 tonight, averaging 31 across the opening 2 games of the season for the Jets.
That was smooth, little post game there.
You reckon the Jets fans are going to get out in numbers to see Corey Webster in green?
I sure hope so. I sure hope so. And Dante and the rest of these brothers, because they got a really nice team this year.
Robinson sends it out. Matthew for 3. Looked good off the hand, just short though. And they run out of time.
Matthew there maybe had the one more for Jalen Duran, who's a knockdown shooter from the corner, but you know, trying to get himself going.
Chemist Warehouse stat sheet. Panthers with 9 turnovers now tonight. The Jets just the 4. They've looked after the ball well, the Jets.
Looking after the ball really well, but not playing with a crazy pace, which probably goes into how deep they're rotating.
Russo Nance.
Nice find.
Collins. He's fouled.
That was a tough call. Coach is
Foul
trying to figure it out himself.
Called on Blesson. There's Jonathan Goodman. Hands on hips, not too happy with the call. I've got a few more questions for you tonight, Lindsay, as well. I think our viewers will be sitting at home on a Sunday evening enjoying me talking about your career.
I don't know about that.
I want to ask you a couple of tough ones. Dion Collins.
Nice stroke there, knocking him in. Real valuable when your big can knock down his free throws.
Margin at 14. One thing we've seen from the Panthers so far, Lindsay, is that competitiveness will not stop. They're going to keep coming.
Absolutely, and I've been around some of these brothers, well, especially Jalen and Leon, and please believe me, they're not bowing down even if we're just playing pickup or one-on-one. So they're sure not doing it when the lights are on. And Robinson's a baller. You could tell that just by looking at him.
Here's Blesson on the drive. Ooh. Up and under. And a late call there on the offensive foul. A little bit of a hook.
Looked like he got him with the off arm there. That was the call. Dante's going to come and get him here. That's his 4th also.
Ryan Jones was right on the scene there, the Barter card official.
And Matthew's going to go sit down again. Zach Tapuni's getting him. So you're right, Justin. He might still not be 100 right now.
New into the country, only been here for a couple of days.
Playing out of this wing on ball. Dante and Corey. Uh-oh.
Webster. Uh-oh, indeed.
That's way too late for an international scorer like Corey. Way too late.
And he's now got 20.
Just an easy 20, Justin. Light. Leon's really effective down here.
Look at him going hard. Leon Henry Goins comes across to help out. Tapuni now with the 3. Webster another rebound.
Real good rebound there from your guard. And the Panthers have just put in for a timeout.
Cheeky question. When was the last time Corey Webster had a double-double with rebounds?
Yeah, great question. He's rebounding it great. He's for sure had a few double-doubles, points and assists.
First turnover of the game for Robinson. Gibson up and over. Panthers with a timeout. Jonathan Goodman wants a chat. The Jets have put the afterburners on in the last couple of minutes. They lead this one by 19. And the Panthers need to have a chat. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. There's that finish.
Yeah, and they weathered that storm early, a little bit of foul trouble, and they had to get a Dion Collins in, but they've gone on a run here, and Panthers have had to burn one. Scores bounced out to 19.
Sal's NBL highlight show coming up on Tuesday night.
Oh, they had some good ones on the first one. That Carlin Davidson is bouncy, boy.
Tell you what, the highlight show, the team that sits there and watches game after game and cuts up all the highlights, they don't miss too much.
No, you're right. They're on point. They're on point.
Now, question for you, Lindsay.
Yes, sir.
Across that illustrious career, 18 years in the competition, it would be unfair of me to ask you who was the best player you played against. So I'll give you the chance to maybe give me 3.
Oh, man, played against.
Played against. Because you know the next question is going to be played with.
Yeah.
But what about played
Oh, man.
against?
Jason Crow Jr.
Okay.
He was a really tough one to deal with, just like a dog, super competitive. His son right now, Jason Crow Jr. is one of the top talents in all of America. Man, who else? I actually got to like play against Tony Bennett, not like that, but we trained together a lot, and he used to kill me, so he would be one of them. Man, played against Corey and Eric Devendorf are probably 2 that I've played with and against as well, so I'll put them in my top 3. But no lie, Justin, I know I'm pissing off. I've missed a lot of guys that I've played with, man. And I'm just going to get that out there. So I'm sorry, brothers. I'm sorry, man, if I missed you. You know what? It's love.
You're going to wake up at 2 o'clock tomorrow morning and you're going to go, oh, Justin absolutely stitched me up
My
there.
phone will be beeping like, come on, bro. You said I was the guy.
Marakatia from the corner. And another Corey Webster
Another one.
rebound. I'm going to keep an eye on this tonight because that's his 7th.
Still a lot of time to go, 15 minutes.
Sends it into the corner.
Great look. Oh, board. There's another one, Justin.
He thought there was a little bit of contact there, and in the end, the Jets finish it off. They're up to 72 now, midway through the 3rd.
That'll be Corey's 8th rebound.
Rattling on the points.
Robinson's going to have to start imposing himself here. Maybe a little bit of fatigue. Such a high usage rate for him.
He's starting to feel it now, isn't he?
You can see it in the transition. Oh, that's a strong move from the guard there.
Just used that right side of his body nicely, didn't he?
Real strong finish. And Dante, sneaky athlete, size, bounce, strength. Just a real smooth player.
Panthers' field goal percentage was up over 50% a short time ago. It's now dropping at a rapid rate. Just struggling to score right now. Robinson gets in.
Just left it there. There might be that fatigue. You might need a quick blow here.
Gibson for 3. Down it
Big
goes.
hit. Just lost him in transition. Wheels falling off a little bit here. Just going to take the air out of the ball and try and get a good one with Jalen.
Well, it's a 19-2 run here for the Jets. So Panthers just don't have the answers right now. And it's not too dissimilar to what we saw in their opening game of the season against the Hawks. Just put together a really nice first half and ran out of legs after halftime.
You're right. Very similar. Totoko Wynyard checking in here, and Vince Linden, a couple young guns, getting an opportunity.
Mid-range, Robinson in and out.
And that's his shot.
Webster brings it forward.
Yeah, him and the big fella. That's a nice screen to play with right there for Corey. Re-screen here.
20 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals for Webster tonight.
Good run by Jay here. There we go.
And rewarded underneath. So that's
Nice.
a lot better from the Panthers. They'll be happy with that, the 2 guards working together.
Great find, great finish.
Wynyard out on the floor now, sets that screen for Gibson.
Yeah, great to see young fella getting some minutes.
Webster, I should say, hopping through the paint. Gibson with the 2, and there's a foul here. It's going to be off the rebound. Dion Collins just making a nuisance of himself underneath. And I think it's Leon Henry who's been pulled up for the push off the rebound.
Yeah, great job there by Collins with the energy, getting them another opportunity here to get the ball back and score. Great energy.
Gibson to bring it in. Look out, Webster, catch, shoot, deep 2. So close. Collins underneath did well. Panthers come up with it. Again, the guards teaming up. Wynyard can't stop that. Durand adds 2.
Corey felt like he got under his legs on that one. That's why he's having a conversation here. Jalen leaked out and got him an easy one. Take that right now. Stop the bleeding.
Margin back to 24.
Tinashe checking in here, getting some minutes at the guard spot for Dante. Quick blow. Well, they're up by so much.
Totoko Wynyard out there. Webster taking it to the rack.
And he missed the last 2. He said, all right, man, I had enough. I'm going to go get me one.
22 for Webster tonight. Robinson spinning on Tinashe, who slaps him across the arm.
And smart play by Robinson. You know, he had the corner wide open, but he's seen he had a slightly smaller defender. You know, tried to lay him down, but he's getting to the line, stop the clock. I like that play. They can get their defense set here, catch their breath, communicate.
GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. There's the foul. He's on triple-double watch as well tonight, Lindsay.
Yes,
18
sir.
points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists.
He's right there. There's a whole quarter to play, and he slowed down a little bit, but I'm going to say he's going to get it. I'm going to throw it out there. There been any triple-doubles this season?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask that question. I'm usually up to speed with that sort of stuff, and you've put me on the spot. So I don't think so is the answer.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I would say we would know. Tapuni.
There's a foul off that rebound. That'll be against Zach Tapuni. He's not happy with the whistle.
And Mr. Gibson has been on them boards tonight, that's for sure.
Robinson taking a rare break. Well, let's back it up with that next hard question. Lindsay Tate. Some of the best players that you've played with over the years. We've talked about who you played against, and no doubt, I'll put it out there right now, he can't mention you all, so just settle down.
Yeah, I've been very blessed. That's why it's not really fair when speak on championships and stuff, because I played with some of the greats in the game. Pero Cameron, Dylan Boucher, Paul Henare, Eric Devendorf, Corey Webster. I mean, Shay and Isaiah were my young boys. I've been super blessed, so I'm sorry that I gave you way more than 3. I'm trying to save myself. But
No. You mentioned as many as you want.
I've been lucky to play with some of the greatest ones that have ever pulled them on around Aotearoa. And even in Australia too, so very blessed. And basketball is a team sport, so a lot of these accolades are smoke, man. We win this stuff together, and how you win an MVP if you don't have teammates that are, you know, screening for you and getting you the ball and comfortable with you being that guy. That's part of playing a team sport. So real lucky to have that in my career, and blessed to still be around the game and these young ones and try and help and give back. I'm like KD, man. I seen him tearing up talking about basketball the other day, and I feel the same way. It's taught and given us a lot.
Very nicely put, Lindsay. I don't think there's anyone out there who could have said it better. And this for the Panthers at one end. Here comes Webster back the other way. Slicing and dicing Corey Webster.
And there you go, young boy Luke Kilimete out of St. Paul's College. He would love to be out here playing against the likes of Corey Webster, and that's the beauty of our league, you know, an international star like Corey who's killed at FIBA and in the ANBL. Local boys can get out there and complain that they didn't foul him.
I'll give you the tip, young Luke Kilimete. We've got the advantage of the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. That was a big foul. Webster to the stripe. Unable to convert the first. This new Panthers fan base.
The rare miss.
Letting Corey know about it. Second one from the Chemist Warehouse goes down.
Don't get it twisted. Corey and Dante got a lot of whānau in the building here today. They're products from out these ways, so it's cool to see. A lot of familiar faces.
Well,
Corey,
Corey's,
quick rest.
And he is someone that would have fans in every gym, wouldn't he? Up and down the country.
He's been putting in work here for a very long time.
Won a championship with the Rams in 2023, of course.
There's like a little zone action here, like a little 3-2 action here from the Jets. Try something different. I like it.
Tapuni can't convert.
Great
Tinashe.
kicker here. Great kicker here.
Gibson now pulls up for 3 of his own.
Hey, he's playing great tonight.
Miles Gibson, 24 points now, 14 rebounds.
Yeah, on the board and shooting the lights out. Great game. Must have been that pre-game interview.
Well, we've been talking about Corey and Alex Robinson, and Miles Gibson has put together some sort of a game.
Yeah, you're right. Little heat check there.
Of those 14 rebounds, 7 offensive.
Yeah, that is 7 boards, Justin. That is really impressive. Really impressive. Great energy. I like that.
He's actually the game high scorer right now, Miles Gibson.
Dominic Pierce getting his first minutes of the game here for the Jets. They look like they're staying in this little 3-2 zone. Tinashe did a great job there of sinking down, which you want from your guards and rebounding. Let's see what the Panthers run against this.
Well, we spoke about it during the pre-game. The bench points for the Jets have been minimal. Just 2.6% of their score comes from the bench. And one thing it looks like the coaching staff of the Jets is now doing tonight, they're up by a bit, they're rotating and they're getting these youngsters in there.
Smart, you know, and Tony's a really good coach, so he's obviously seen that and is looking to address it, and what a perfect time to do it when you've got a bit of a buffer against this type of team to get your guys through and get them some reps with the lights on.
Thada Peese pulls up for 2.
He's playing with a lot of confidence, I like that.
Blesson now.
He's on 4 fouls, he's got to be careful.
Gets it back, wide open 3. Can't convert it, front of the iron.
Could get a 2-for-1 here if they want it, the Jets. 40 on the clock.
Late in the third. Corner. Chance.
Big fella.
Pierce unable to finish it. Wynyard with the rebound. Tinashe for the triple. Corner to corner stuff for the Jets. Blesson. How about that for a pass to Durand? He was hoping for Tapuni. Goes and gets it himself.
Staying with the play.
And it looked a little bit messy. Foul called. Jalen Durand and Dion Collins hugging it out mid-court. He doesn't lack fire in the belly, does he, Jalen Durand?
No, not at all. That's little bro. That's how we do it. There's no backward steps. It's not allowed.
And he's going to go to the coloured stripe now and have a look at a couple of shots. 13 points for him tonight. He's a competitor.
You're real competitive, Jay. It's hard to play high-level basketball at his size without kind of having that competitive streak in you. It's almost imperative, if we're being honest. Same with Tinashe. Very competitive. You've seen them get into it earlier. What a surprise.
Well, we talked about this during the Rapid League game earlier tonight. If you've just joined us, the Panthers won that game by 1. Durand did really well there.
I like that. You're staying with it. Kilamite gets on the board. Crowd loves it.
His opening points. Yeah, we were just talking about the opportunity that these players are getting for the Panthers while they wait for others to come in, and that'll do us. So 3-quarter time, the Jets have powered away through that third quarter, a 25-7 run. Make that a 25-10 run, and they lead this one comfortably with a quarter to play. No mai hoki mai, Edafano, welcome back. Just about done for the weekend. What a way this would be to finish it as well with the large pepperoni. That's this week's special with thanks to Sal's. You know what to do. That's available until Tuesday night. Why wait until Tuesday night, Lindsay Tate?
I think we got time after this, Justin, to grab one on the way back across. I know I do.
Jets put their foot down, didn't they, in that third quarter? A 25-10 run. Some really good signs from this revamped team. So many new faces, new coaching staff, and you can just see they're getting better and better.
Yeah, you can't doubt the competitiveness of the Panthers, but you can obviously see in that third quarter the Jets are kind of a step ahead right now in the way that they've revamped. And they've had the luxury of being able to get their bench through, which we alluded to earlier is really big for them right now, you know, trying to get some points out of that second unit.
Game MVP. What do you think of that?
Corey Webster, I mean, nobody's talking about my man Gibson like we spoke about earlier. He's putting up numbers on the points, on the boards, and just with the eye test. So for me, yeah, I mean, Corey could damn near be MVP every game, but I got to go with Gibson today.
24 points, 15 rebounds, 7 offensive.
I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
3 triples as well for Miles Gibson, the 26-year-old out of Virginia. Not sure what the hold-up is here. A little bit of a debate going on between players, officials, score table. We're going to get an update. So there we go. We got an update. There we go. Maybe you heard that through the microphones. Ryan Jones coming over. But a correctable error picked up late in the third quarter with some free throws that shouldn't have been free throws. So that's what the hold-up is. And well done for the officials. Doesn't always make sense on television when we stop everything to have a quick chat to the officials, but nice of them to come over and let us know what was going on.
Absolutely, and it's important. You know, their job is to uphold these rules and keep things in line, so well done. Trying to get some stuff going here for Kenny Goins.
Had a wonderful second quarter, didn't he, Kenny Goins?
He did. They're all contributing, these starters for the Jets.
Here's Durand. Again, just that attack on the hoop.
Yeah, and he's really good at kind of hooking that off arm, and he gets into your body, seeks contact, and kind of puts pressure on the referee. So great take there by Jay.
I just love the way he goes about it, Jalen Durand. He's a fiery customer. I guess one of his big challenges is just always to keep it under control, but I think as you said before, during that third quarter, just does not take a backward step.
Absolutely, and I've always erred on the side of I'd rather have, you know, somebody I'm working with that's got that fire burning, and our job is to kind of help them manage that, as opposed to getting a lot of the brothers you're trying to get up to that level. Give me the guy that's, you know, wanting to walk down that alley with you every time. That's too easy for the bro right there.
He is just a star, isn't he?
It's too easy. You got to double him. You just can't go under. You can't get any drops or mush. He's just going to light you up the whole game.
Webster's had a night out. Tapuni can't finish. And here he comes again. Corey Webster, pull up, heat check, bang.
I mean, Mans is making me look great right now. Keep going, my boy.
Well, I think the highest total we've seen this season is that Jackson Ball 40 on opening night. Webster is about to head up towards a 30-piece.
40, Justin. I don't want to be that guy dropping you on all the questions, but I'd love to know the last time that a high schooler scored 40 points in a professional basketball game.
Well, not only that, here's Corey Webster on the replay. The last time somebody at the age of 17 and 2 days. 17 and 2 days.
Yeah, not just high school, like a young high school. Yeah, impressive, man.
First ever start in the Cells NBL. There's Dante Russo-Nance saying thank you from the corner for 3.
There's a young gun right there, Dante Russo-Nance, knocking him down from the corner.
93 plays 58.
Whoa.
A little bit rough and ready there from the Panthers. Kelemete.
I think I even caught Robertson here. You haven't seen that bounce pass like that before. You ain't seen a bounce pass like that before.
Williams Jr. finishes at the other end for the Jets. Panthers just need to steady here a little bit. Calamete on Webster. Tough shot over the top. Shooting percentage now down to 33% for the Panthers.
Kind of got away from their stuff a little bit here, the Panthers, since they got some bodies in. So Robertson's coming back in, and you know he'll steady the ship for them.
Calamete with the foul. And the Panthers about to make some changes. 7:46 left to play in this game.
19-8 and 8 for Robinson. I know it's a blowout, but he's still on triple-double watch.
Been a tough night for the Panthers, probably since about, what, the 14, 15-minute mark of the game.
Aye, they hang tough for a while, and it's kind of blowing out.
Importantly for the Jets, this is giving them some real confidence as well.
It has, and I'm hopeful that the last 5-6 minutes they're going to be able to get some bodies through, because big picture, this will really help their program.
Well, they're about to head down south for the Southern Swing as well.
Okay.
They've got the Nuggets and the Sharks coming up next week, the Jets. They play the Nuggets on Thursday night and then the Sharks on Saturday night. And that's a tough trip.
Really important trip for the Jets. As you alluded to, they don't get to go home for a little bit, so it'll be really interesting to see where they lay in the pack coming out of that Southern Swing. Looks like they're going to get over the line here tonight.
Nuggets, of course, found some form with a win in Hawke's Bay.
Yeah, knocked over the Hawks, who again have been like overachieving, I would say, without their full roster. So a big win for the Nuggets.
And the Hawks beat the Bulls earlier today as well.
In the Stockyard, which is not an easy place to play. They always pack that thing out, especially on a Sunday.
And I believe that game against the Nuggets on Thursday night, that'll be the third and last game cameo appearance from Todd Withers as well. So
okay,
that's a tough one for the Jets.
Great
Webster
pass.
on the outlet. Down it goes. Eric Williams Jr. Timeout called by the Panthers.
Man, he's bouncy. That was an impressive finish. I love those when you take the ball off the ring, nobody dribbles it, just pass, 2 steps, whack. Beautiful.
Nice play there from the Jets. Long way to play. They're going to rack up a total here tonight.
About to put 100 on the board. Hey, my man Gibson got in there with a shout out. That's cool.
MVP tonight, your choice. Love hearing from our viewers and fans. Scan that QR code, fun and free, mixandpick.com. Who's your game MVP? And I reckon what we'll do tonight, Lindsay, is whoever takes out that game MVP as voted by the viewers and fans, your job is to interview that player.
Yes, sir.
All
Got
right.
it. Yep, I'll do it for the people's champion.
So at the moment, Corey Webster leading with 71%. Miles Gibson has 17%. Aaron Blesson with some fans as well. No doubt the Indian community starting to build around the Panthers.
Aye, pretty tough for Mr. Robinson not to be on the list. He's on the verge of a triple-double, but
yeah,
it's all good.
That 0% has to change, doesn't it? Come on, Panthers fans, get in behind Mr. Robinson. He has been very, very good again tonight. Back underway.
And for me, Justin, this is the perfect time to save Corey. Like, he doesn't need to be out here unnecessarily for me.
Tapuni attracts the arms of Miles Gibson.
And Hikaya Lambert, look, I think he's getting his first burn for the day. Son of Stacey Lambert, played for the Palmerston North Jets for a very long time. So it's cool to see his son running around out there for them.
So your call is Corey can probably take a seat shortly.
I would like to go sit. Yeah,
Job's done.
Yeah, you good. I mean, if the Panthers pull this back, I'll retire from commentating. That will be the biggest comeback I've ever seen in my life.
If the Panthers pull back 40 in the next 656,
you'll join me?
I've got a feeling it might be front page news tomorrow in both New Zealand and India. Margin back 39.
Oh, nice move.
Russo Nance up off the glass,
that
switch
was
shot.
Smooth. That was smooth. Little hesitation, float game.
And you think about some of the players that Dante Russo Nance has been training against and playing with. Up they go.
Oh, that was a little bit dangerous. Yes, Justin, you're right. At Perth, imagine going against Bryce Cotton every day. And like Corey alluded to, kind of like a nephew almost, they're like family, and to have a mentor like Corey Webster for a young guard, what a blessing. But I briefly spoke to Dante before the game, which was really nice, and he said it's been, aside from the injuries, being able to compete against that caliber of athlete day in, day out has really helped him.
Yeah, we didn't get to see much of Dante last year with the Nuggets.
Yeah, unfortunately, again, a little bit of injuries, but man, I'm gonna sound like a broken record. When this boy's healthy and he's confident, he's one of the best young guards that we've got in all of Aotearoa and Australasia.
Williams Jr. adds a couple from the Chemist Warehouse. 103 plays 60.
Nice to Puni, get deep, nice. Got the smaller body. They could probably go to that a little bit more with this lineup out here. He's a big boy. They don't have a lot of size on the court. It's one thing that the Panthers do have. They're a pretty solid group out there right now, so they could play a little bit of bully ball to finish this thing out. Corey's going to go sit down. I like that call by Tony. He's done his job. Get some of these young boys through and see what we can get style-wise and confidence-wise for our bench moving into the southern swing.
Zach Tapuni, 4 of 7 from the Chemist Warehouse tonight. Out of Rosmini, we were talking about Westlake earlier on tonight, and
Rosmini's been a powerhouse over there for a while now. Cruz, Parrott, Hunt, Tane, Murray, a lot of... They had 2 kids playing for the Tall Blacks one year when I was coaching in high school, which is tough.
Lumatia with the 3 for the Panthers. Timely, they needed that.
Nice run. Another one from Mount Albert Grammar School here out of Auckland. Daryl Cartwright does a great job with that program.
Gibson step back, corner 3.
He's got to be up for MVP tonight, doesn't he?
Oh, we need to bring that MVP vote up again.
Oh, look, man.
Well done by Williams Jr. there. Need to bring that MVP vote up on screen. We'll do that in a moment for you after this replay. But I'll tell you what, that's a deep 2 in the end from Miles Gibson. What's his votes up to now? Well, I'll tell you what, if there's one thing about the Indian fans out there, they don't really care about the stat sheet, do they? Because CJ Matthew is up to 32% of the vote.
Okay.
You might be talking to him after the game. In fact, he's gone to 33. Corey Webster still at 45. Gibson at 13. Gibson for another 2.
Little heat check. I like that by Mr. Lambert getting there on the boards late in the game.
Well, there's no rules when it comes to the voting, by the way.
Fair game.
It's up to the fans.
Vote for who you like.
It's absolutely
there you
right.
Go. And Dante's going to go take a seat too. Job well done this evening. Save some of that tread on the tires. Long season. Get Tinashe out here. Let him do his thing.
Where can the Jets get to this season, Lindsay? We've seen a little bit of each team. We know that teams are going to change a lot in the next couple of weeks. Of course, the Aussie NBL finals have concluded today. We won't tell everyone who's won that game. You can go and check that out yourself. But congratulations to the team that's won the championship over there. But players from the Hawks and Melbourne United are coming to New Zealand. There's players coming back from Asia, players coming back from Europe. There's going to be a lot of shifting and changing. We've already talked about the Panthers and the changes they've got coming up. But based on what we've seen so far, talk to me about the Jets.
My feel for the Jets early on, again, revamped. I like what they've done. You know, I really respect Tony as a coach and the players that he's brought in. I think they've showed that they can be very competitive in this league. The big question mark for me that I have over the Jets right now is their depth. You know, and these are the perfect times that they can grow that depth. And if they do that, you know, if they go 7-8 deep, I think they've got a really good chance of making the 6. If they don't get that, I think it's going to be, you know, a battle of attrition to get them through this season. If they've got to rely on Corey to play 39 minutes a game, that's tough.
Stephen Pyatt with a big 3 for the Panthers, by the way, at one end, and Gibson answers with 2. Robinson
nice with Stephen.
Just pushes it up over the top of Tinashe. He adds another 2. He's got 21 in the game now.
21, yep.
I reckon he's up to 9 assists as well. We'll wait for the Chemist Warehouse stat sheet to refresh. Thada Piasa, Lambert out there now. Here's Gibson. Doubled
in the post.
Blesson coming in to help out.
4 fouls there.
Finds Tinashe for 3.
Can't leave him open. He's a knockdown shooter when it's just line up like that. That'll be great for his confidence as well.
Got a feeling we're going to see a lot of open play in the last few minutes here.
A little bit of rapid league action. Great kick ahead. Uh-oh.
Williams to Gibson off the glass. Add another 2 for Miles Gibson. He is racking up the points now. He's got a 30-piece.
He is, and that'll be nice for him to see 30 on the board. Robertson gets him another left-hand layup.
Did we just mention that this game may open up for the next few minutes?
You did. Well done, sir. It's cool to see young Totoko Wynyard about to check in and get some burn, which is great, along with some of these young guns from the Panthers as well.
Well, Miles Gibson is enjoying some sort of a night out. I think he's up to about 34 points. He's got 18 rebounds as well. 18. He's had a huge game.
Yeah, man, 11 defensive, 7 offensive, 18 boards, couple of assists, a block. Hell of a game. 30-piece on the road.
He's got 34. Webster's got 26.
Stepped up when they, had a little bit of foul trouble, not rotating super deep. He stepped right up for them today.
Alex Robinson on that triple-double watch. 23 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists for the Panthers.
And this is great here for the Jets, even though, some people will call this garbage time. Being able to get their bench in and get these real valuable minutes at this level, it's really important. Build a bit of confidence, a rhythm, fine-tune your style.
Oh, bit of a travel there from Tinashe. And right now the Jets are headed for the biggest score of the season. The Rams put 120 on the Sharks last night.
They could get that. They could easily get that right here.
Speaking of some of the results we've seen so far, and we talk about players coming back in. Rams with 120 points last night in that huge victory over the Sharks. They've still got 3 imports to come in.
Yeah, I mean, defending back-to-back champs, and they're playing pretty well without all of these guys, so they're going to be a problem. Pearson Pern checking in for the last 2 minutes here for the Jets, getting some burn.
Thada Paese on the reverse.
That's too easy. It's too easy.
Jets move to 116. Second half tonight from the property brokers Manawatu Jets. Exceptional. 56 to just 23.
Yeah, and again, really competitive first half. Really competitive. Just a little bit of fatigue, depth, but as we've been speaking to the whole night, we know the Panthers are going to get their guys in soon, and this will be a different look outfit. Oh, Lord.
Payet. Oh, big basket for Stephen Payet.
I mean, it's a blow, but that was the move of the game. He
Nice
flipped him around and wet him up. Well done, young fella.
He's hit a couple of big threes in this last quarter. And Thada Paese surrounded by Indian Panthers.
Tough, a little bit of a stat padding here. Oh, that is a move. It was like a behind the back, step back, lefty. Beautiful move, man. He's going to put that one on the highlight tape for sure.
First one is good for Tyson Thada Paese. A little bit more money, of course, being raised for hoops in parks and hoops in schools. Thank you, Tyson.
For the kids, we appreciate you, sir.
And thank you, Chemist Warehouse. Second one,
Chemist Warehouse.
Bobbles around. Last 90 seconds.
Dante's been on them boards tonight. Got to give him that.
Can the Panthers get something late? You bet they can.
Strong take by Luke Kilamite there.
He's shown a few good signs tonight as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely more comfortable than when he first came out here, which is great. You've seen growth right in front of our eyes. Tough finish by Tyson there. Just closed the gap with the body contact and finished wide. Nice.
He's really blossomed into a very reliable Cells NBL player.
Yeah, he's playing real confident. And I would say playing against Corey and Dante and the likes of those guards every day helps. I know if I can compete with them at practice, then I don't care who you put in front of me during the week.
Couple of misses there for the Panthers. Dying seconds of this one.
Well, they're trying to get that overall score, Justin. They're on 119.
With a chance to add another 2. Yes, indeed, Matakatia. Dante's actually shown some really good signs so far this season. Young man on the rise. I think there'll be a few teams taking notice.
Absolutely. Top junior player coming through. Just transitioning into a man. He's showing glimpses, so I think he gets the right opportunity. He'll show that he can play at this level for sure.
Tharapaese, he wants another 2.
Big fella.
Wynyard sends it out to Pierce for
There's
3.
122. There it is.
Highest score of the season. And that'll do us. So a big win tonight for the Manawatu Jets. They have taken down the Indian Panthers. Panthers again competitive early. No legs in the end. And the Jets have taken full control of this one. Lots of stars on show. 122 to 77. And this revamped Jets team, well, they mean business in season 2025. Get excited, Green Army. They're on the southern swing next week. Their first home game of the season is April the 6th when they take on nearby neighbours and rivals, the Wellington Saints. If you haven't got your tickets yet, I suggest you go and get them, because I think we're going to be looking at a full stadium as this Jets team heads home for the first time to play in front of the fans. There's the Panthers. They'll head off and have a chat about what went right and what didn't go right tonight. One thing that they did allow was plenty of points from Corey Webster. Here he is with Lindsay Tate.
Webb, killing him softly, brother. Look like you're playing in third gear. It's light work for you, man, for real. Pleasure to watch. How was that this evening?
That was a better second half from us. You know, we pushed the lead out, played some better defense. We didn't play down to the level. But like I said, just trying to stay healthy, help my team win.
Great to see you get a little bit of rest there at the end of the quarter, bro. Southern swing coming up. What you were looking for in that one, bro?
Yeah, it's always tough going down south to play those two teams. You know, it's always tough on the road as well. So we got to go down there and be prepared, be ready for 2 tough games. Got to do our recovery down there. Try and handle business. So we'll be ready and I'll be prepared for 2 good games. Yeah.
Good luck, my boy. We'll be pushing for you for that top 6, yo.
Well, he was good tonight, wasn't he, Corey? Did really, really well. And we expect to see that all season long from the 36-year-old star. The MVP tonight, as voted by the fans. Not 100% sure he's going to come and speak to us. He's only been in the country a couple of days, but Sejan Matthew has a lot of fans out there amongst the Indian community. We've seen that tonight. Big win for the Jets. Jalen Duran has certainly had a wonderful start to the season for the Panthers. And Lindsay Tate's got him courtside right now.
Jalen Duran, my brother, proud of you tonight. Watching you and everything you've navigated. How was that you for you, bro? You've been competing?
It was good to be out there with the boys. Obviously, we haven't had the training or the runs that we would like, but to be out there with Alex and Leon and these boys, and even to fight for these last 3 games, it has been something special.
To me, I've been around basketball a long time, Jalen. I believe you're a National League player and you deserve a contract, and that you're proving that out here. How do you feel, my boy?
Man, I'm waiting for a contract, honestly. Like, I'm hooping, I'm playing, I'm in shape, I'm healthy, so I'm enjoying it out here. You know what it is. I'm trying to hoop.
Well done, Jay. Keep doing what you do, brother, and we'll be rooting for you, my guy.
Appreciate it. Love you, bro.
There's Jalen Durant. He's certainly put himself up in lights, maybe at an opportunity for a season contract. I know that the Panthers are pretty keen on keeping him. No doubt there's a few other teams that would be having a look as well. Chemist Warehouse stats in this big win for the Jets tonight. Miles Gibson, how about this? 32 points. We'll have a look at his rebounds in a moment. Webster had 28. Gibson's been given 17 rebounds in the end. 7 of those offensive. Robinson near triple-double for the Panthers. 9 assists for the Panthers point guard. Webster, well, he was just involved in everything as well. He's going to be a handful for a lot of teams this season. A couple of blocks for Kenny Goyne. Saw some good signs out of him tonight. Robinson involved in everything. As we have a look at the steals, and there he is, Corey Webster. Thoroughly enjoyed his time at Pulman Arena tonight. All of the stats, of course, with thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Jets get the win, 122-77. Lindsay Tate rejoins me. What do the Panthers take away from that? They've had 3 games, 3 losses. There's been some really good signs. There's a lot of development still to come. We know that there's some changes coming up. What will they take away from this one tonight, Linz?
A1 is that they've shown that they're not going to quit, that they're going to continue to compete no matter who they roll out there. That's A1, you know, and we've been talking about it the whole night. They're going to start adding a whole lot of pieces, you know, new coaches on board. They haven't had a lot of runs in regards to training and things like that. So, you know, give these guys a couple of weeks and they're going to be right there competing.
Games coming up. Fire and the Tuatara on Tuesday night. The Tuatara searching for their first win of the season still. The Fire 2-1.
Yeah, Tuatara, sorry, Justin, adding this Mr. Hickey guy, I'm super excited to watch him come and join the crew.
Looks good, doesn't he?
Man, he's going to be fun to watch in this league.
Wednesday night, no love lost between the Saints and the Sharks. Saints got their first win of the season against the Giants. Sharks went down in a big way to the Rams. They will be hungry to bounce back. Nuggets got their first win of the season. They take on the Jets. That's a good contest on Thursday. The Jets on the southern swing. Panthers back here on Friday night against the Fire. Before we get out of here for another week of Sal's NBL action, Leon Henry with the kids. Great to see. A quick word from you, Lindsay, on the Jets. Impressive.
Yeah, really impressive. You know, under new leadership with Tony and Corey and young gun Dante Russo Nance. I love what their imports brought to the table today, and they started to show that they're building a little bit of depth. So I think that they could push for a top 6 spot if they get their stuff together, the Jets.
Appreciate you having us tonight, wherever you may be watching around the world, and great to have Lindsay Tate in commentary on Sky Sport throughout season 2025. Great job tonight, Linz.
Thank you, Justin, for looking after me, man. I appreciate you. So new to me. Thank you, sir.
You got games coming up yet, mate. Don't go anywhere. There it is tonight. The Jets get the win in a big, big way. The Green Army, they are starting to build in season 2025. 122-77. Take a day off. Take a night off. We're back on Tuesday night for more Sal's NBL. We'll see you then.